I don't care if you've been looking up big titty vampire queen porn all night. If you smash that like button. Welcome to the 300th episode of Blacker Than Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the stack. Smoke me out, fam, with that dang shit. Woo, boy, on my left, we got the oldest ninja in the world, Old Ninja.
You know what? I remember when I turned 300, and it's actually not that bad. So we're actually still in our prime. Just let you know.
On my right, engineering on the ones and twos, stroke me live with threes and fours, Kronos.
I feel like we should be fighting Xerxes on this episode because we're 300 finally. Just saying.
In the middle, we got your boy Blue.
Isn't every cast a drunk cast? I'm just saying.
Damn.
We got your boy Stitch.
8'12" vampires are something I want to risk my life for.
Oh boy, we got a motley crew of fucking guests tonight because we think you're special and you deserve it, and we made it to 300 and you stuck with us. Should we introduce some now? Because we got some right on the line right here.
Of course.
Hell
Especially
yeah.
for people that are live and wondering who are all these people.
Hell yeah. So go ahead and unmute yourself when I call upon you. First we got from the Something Cast podcast, Rob.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
I'm thankful.
Yo, happy 300, guys. You guys are kicking it, and 300 is nothing to sneeze at, so congrats, man, really.
Good
Thank
job.
you. Thank you, appreciate it. Hey, once again, Kronos said you had the best podcast voice like ever, so
He does.
we're glad to have you on our cast.
Nah, after you do the introductions, I'll tell you a story about that, Gad.
We got from Pre-Rec our boy Matt.
I'm happy to be here, even though I am not worthy to be here or to be stepped on by a gigantic vampire debutante. But I'm happy to be here. Honored. Happy 300, guys. This is awesome.
Thank you, man.
Fuck yeah. And we got my boy Gian from the Gian and Daniel Talk Shit podcast.
What's up, guys? Happy 300th episode. To be honest, I don't know why I even got invited to this. I don't even know who the fuck you guys are. But, anyways, this is great. Congratulations. I appreciate the determination and the effort you guys put in on a weekly basis, considering we've been putting out a podcast once every 6 weeks now for the last 6 months. So Godspeed and Prodigy, get them butt cheeks ready, bro.
Somebody knows about you. They know.
Yeah. I'm quivering. I think we got every. No, I'm sorry. Carlos, set up our boy.
Yes, we also have Double Tank on the podcast. He is the guy that does the timestamp. So, Double Tank, go ahead and make your introduction.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Happy to be a part of this. Happy to see you guys get drunk tonight. I was already planning on. I don't even want to tell you how much money I set aside to get you guys drunk. I get prices first, but set aside a little bit to donate to see the Drunkcast.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you. All right, so if y'all are wondering what the Drunkcast is all about, this time it's a little bit different. We've obviously done them in the past, but on this episode, you can participate in how much we are inebriated. So if you're watching this live right now and you do a super chat, we're going to start it off at $1, and then we're going to go from there. So if somebody donates $1, donate $1, and then tell us who is going to do the shot, and then we'll start doing the shots. Or if it's going to be all of us, then you have to multiply it by however many people you want to do. And then as the night goes on, the price will go up because we ain't... I mean, obviously, we're going to get fucked. I don't want to die. So the price will go up per shot. So if you want to get in early, donate $1.
I didn't get that memo.
Yeah.
300th episode celebration tragedy.
Yeah.
If you ain't dying, you ain't trying.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah.
And I've got. What do you guys got for? What are you guys drinking? Because I got some. To shoot first, I got some Screwball. So
damn.
probably not the only one.
Found it.
Yeah.
Oh, I got Screwball here too.
Let me grab my.
So if you don't know what a Screwball is, it's a peanut butter whiskey, and it's probably one of the best one out there. And it's so fucking delicious. I can't remember where they're from. I think they're from California.
It says it on the bottle.
That doesn't say. I can't.
You can't see
It's
already?
it's from parts unknown. It's from Miraloma,
Yeah,
California.
right.
It's Miraloma, California. So SoCal.
Okay, cool.
Okay. For me, I bought something fancy. I got me some
God damn.
I got
Oban.
some of
Let
that
me
too.
crack this bad bitch open.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it smells. So this is single
Always
malt
the wrong way.
Scotch. I treat myself to this every now and then, but this is it right here. This is a fairly expensive bottle, especially on what Wall Street would say the common man's income. So there you go.
Good shit. I'm starting. Damn, I gotta get my stuff. So I'll be back with mine. But starting off with the one that Kronos dropped off a while ago. It took me a minute. It was in my fridge. The president's beer. What was it? The
Pliny
Blind
for
for president. Oh, it's like
yeah,
it's
I
past
finally
its
get
prime.
around to it.
It's still good, but it's past its
Yeah.
prime.
Yeah, it's real tasty. Go ahead, Stitch.
And I got some 21st Amendment Hell or High Water, not Hell or High Water.
It is Hell or
I guess
High
it is, but it's pomegranate or whatever.
Yeah.
I saw it today, so I was like, oh, let me try this, and then I'm gonna finish off the rest of this peanut butter whiskey or whatever. I am a lightweight, so I will be very inebriated.
This is about to be all bad.
Yeah, it's kind of cool that 21st Amendment for their Hell and High Water, they made a pomegranate, but I think like about a month ago they did a not a grapefruit, but they did a I think blood orange is what they did. Yeah. And it was actually pretty tasty. It's pretty good. They make really great like fruit beers.
We just got
Not fruity beers, but fruit beers.
we just got super chat. So Prodigy, you're taking a shot. It was $5.
Right now.
So I think we
Right
should
now
have
it's
to
Who called
beer.
him out to do the shot?
Mile High Blurred.
Okay.
Yeah, about to
Actually-
say Maha Blaird's already slapped us.
He put
Oh,
in
man.
$5. So you gotta take more than one because he wanted just for
Maybe
you.
all 5 of us should take a shot.
Oh, you just drinking beer? You don't got actually
Yeah,
like hot alcohol?
yeah, that's what I had. I poured first, but I'll
Oh.
come back.
Okay.
Oh man. Let's get into it a little bit. Podcast Rob, what was this weirdness that was going on, and why do you only love? You have a deep love for Seinfeld, I believe, right? Or no? Or is it a hatred?
No.
It's a hatred.
It's not even a hatred. It's Seinfeld to me is like Papa John's pizza. It doesn't make sense. I don't get why people like it. If people like it, then great. You know, I'm not gonna yuck nobody's yum, but we just did a recent episode about where we just reviewed the last episode of a TV series, and we watched Seinfeld, and like, I don't get it.
I don't get it either. It's very strange. So sorry, another one just came in from Devil Tank. Everybody take a shot. So, but yeah, I don't
In
get.
response to that episode, I wrote a friggin' essay on your Facebook page.
Yeah, exactly. Matt wrote like a 4-credit dissertation on our Facebook page about it, and then messaged me like, "I'm sure this isn't the response you guys were looking for." Like, look, dude, any response is what we're looking for. We don't care.
Holy
Like in
shit.
the end, though, I understand why people don't like it. Like it's one of those shows that you have to watch it, and it's a character-driven show. So if you don't like the characters, you're not going to like the show, and it's really that's all it amounts to. You know,
I just, even as a comedian, I just never found Jerry Seinfeld funny. So immediately that was like a closed door into that whole series. I just had no investment into it.
Jerry Seinfeld is the least important part of Seinfeld.
Yeah,
I
so
agree
I've
with
heard that. I mean, I've seen a couple episodes, but I feel like his characters that he surrounds himself were more funny than him. That's why people tuned into the show.
well,
Everybody was all about, what's his name? The guy who got in trouble
The
for
super
some
racist
racial-
guy?
Kramer.
Yeah.
Kramer, yeah. Apparently he was the show. Like, everybody loved that guy.
Can't believe that guy said
yeah.
the guy said the N-word with the ER at the end. I was like, God damn. Like, there was no misunderstanding what he was saying.
yeah, Jerry's playing the straight man throughout most of the show. Like, but anyway.
Well, like for me with Seinfeld, like I can't even think of any like funny lines of his. Like I can think of like the suit guy. I can think of like Kramer saying funny stuff. The girl dancing funny. Like I can't think of anything Seinfeld does than open the show, stand in front of a brick fucking wall.
If you guys can hear that bling, if you hear that bling noise, can you guys hear that when it comes up?
I can't hear it.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
I
can.
can. So we all got to drink again. So
I
another
stepped
shot.
away real quick, so I wanted to clean my shot glass. So anybody who went to my wedding, my sister-in-law took a picture from my wedding with my Batman shirt on and turned into a shot glass. So I'm gonna be drinking out of this.
Fuck
I'm
yeah.
two shots down. So I know Tank guy gave us something.
Stitch,
Yeah,
White,
so-
Stitch, and Old Ninja, y'all drinking or what?
Yeah, I got.
All right, let's take
I
a shot.
received-
Yeah.
So
They paid
Green,
for it.
what's her name? Green Goddess or whatnot? She doing some cash too. So
Yeah.
I gotta pour me something.
shit.
Pour a little
Wow.
something.
Okay.
You know what I don't get about
Uh,
Seinfeld is like I don't get his observational comedy. He's like, what's the deal with stop signs, motherfucker? You stop. Like, what's funny about that? But he did really create that whole genre of like,
Ooh.
or at least make it popular with observational comedy. So I get that, but yeah, I didn't get the show either. I didn't get Friends either. So
Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
Seinfeld
made
I'm
most of
not-
his money off. I'm sorry. I was gonna say, did Seinfeld make most of his money off his like stand-up, or the show is what really
The
bankrolled
show.
him into this
show.
level of? Okay.
Yeah, the show. I think it's like
Well,
the
he
number
was-
one syndicated show.
He was
still,
the
to this day.
he was
No,
a,
he was making
top
money
comic.
doing stand-up. He was making plenty of
Yeah.
money.
He
as
was like the
well.
#1 comedian in the country at the time they gave him the show.
But
Oh,
what
he
did he
didn't
make
even-
in multiple millions per episode for like the last 4 or 5 years?
Oh
of
no,
that
he
show?
he cleaned it up on the show, and then with residuals and stuff, and then syndication. The dude's
Mhm.
dude'll never have to work again in his life. But there was a time in his comedy career where he was doing like like fucking Facebook's Christmas party. Obviously, not, but shit like that where you get paid $10 million to come in and do a 20-minute set and then dip out.
Goddamn.
Dude, that,
I
that
mean, Jay
shit's
Leno
true.
was still doing that shit.
When I worked at Apple, Jerry Seinfeld did a comedy thing for Christmas.
Damn.
wow,
Damn,
that's
big
crazy.
time.
Well, you know what's crazy? Even though I don't like him, I didn't like his show, but I really like Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. Like a lot of them are really good episodes. Not all of them, because there's some comedians he has on there that I don't really like at all. But other ones, like when Dave Chappelle was on there, was really good, and other people too. It's worth checking out.
Good shit.
I think something that really would add to the whole aspect of like it's a love it or hate it kind of show is the fact that Jerry and Larry David basically took off all the pressure on themselves from the very beginning because the network came to them and said we wanted a show. They wrote a pilot and the network said change the pilot, and they said no, and they said well then you can't have the show, and they said okay, we'll go back to doing comedy. We were fine doing that. And they wanted him to do the show so bad that they were just like, fine, you can make the show however you want. But from that point on, they had all the leverage because it was just like, if you don't like what we're doing, cancel the show and we'll just go back to doing comedy. We're fine with that. So
Goddamn.
I think that adds a lot because they make no mistake about how like the impetus of the show is we're going to make a show about how a comedian comes up with his material, specifically how Jerry comes up with his material. But as they were writing the show, they just decided that it was more fun to just like mimic the conversations they had in diners and stuff like that. So it's like, it's like a Woody Allen thing. It's like some people like Woody Allen, some people don't.
Personal issues with him.
Well, yeah,
Rob, though.
Didn't he fuck his like stepdaughter or something like that?
Married her.
Adopted
Yeah,
daughter.
Yeah, that's a
He's
huge
gross
character flaw.
person.
Yeah.
Hey, Morgan Freeman's up there on my list for that kind of weird shit too.
What?
Goddamn.
What did he do?
He started dating his grand stepdaughter
What the?
after divorcing the grandma or something like that. It's weird.
Wow,
It's
alright.
fucking weird.
I mean, technically, it's not.
Okay.
Well, I mean, both are not by blood, but I mean, did he raise the kid? Well, no, it's fucking gross all the way around.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
weird. It's weird.
Yeah, there's no excuse for that. It's like,
Yep.
Podcast Rob, you still with us,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Sir, I wanted to ask you. Obviously, not a fan of Seinfeld. We've established that quite well. Do you have something that you are recommending and loving right this moment from a TV standpoint or movie standpoint?
So there's 2 TV shows. One that I powered through the first season in about 2 days, which is Evil on Netflix. If you guys haven't seen that, definitely check it out. Let me pull up the stats on that real quick. It feels like a very religious / supernatural kind of version of X-Files.
Okay.
You basically have a priest who works for the church. Mike Coulter plays David Acosta.
Okay.
Mike Coulter from Luke Cage.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he partners up with Katia Herbers, who plays Dr. Kristen Bouchard, who is a psychological evaluator. and they want her perspective as an outsider, basically looking into religious phenomenon like exorcisms and stuff like that. Is this person really possessed? Are they just making it up? Is it some sort of mental associative disorder, or is it actually some sort of religious thing that's going on? And it's very trippy, and it feels almost like the first Friday the 13th did, in the way that there's stuff that goes on sometimes and you don't know, are they dreaming it? Is it really happening to them? Are they envisioning it? Is everybody in the room seeing it? It's kind of blurs the lines between what's happening and what they think is happening. But it's a really tight show. So I powered through that in about 2.5 days. And then
so far?
Your personal favorite, Prodigy. I saw episode 4 of WandaVision this morning. Like,
all right, oh shit. All right, I guess
no spoilers, but episode 4 is a game changer, and that's what I told Prodigy. Like, whether you were on the fence about whether you like it or not, episode 4 takes a very, very either hard left or right from the direction that the first couple episodes went, but it is probably the most detailed and instructional episode that has ever come out of the MCU that is not an actual Avengers movie.
I'm looking forward to watching it. Don't spoil it, but hold on.
Mind about that show 6 months ago.
Hold on. Real quick, gentlemen. Real quick. No. Hold on. Stop. Wait. Real quick. We've all got to take.
Wait.
We got to take 2 shots. Yeah, the money's coming in. So, like 2 back to back.
Well, you guys take your 2 shots. No, I haven't watched episode 4, so I can't comment on it. But I definitely like talking shit to Prodigy about it, because he's been waiting for it. He's basically like, if this ain't the best show I ever seen in my goddamn life, I ain't watching it past episode 3.
Damn, the truth in that. That hurt, yeah.
I have known Gian since literally junior high, and I want you to know, he thinks he knows me. He don't know shit, but he thinks he knows me.
He does it. Actually, you weren't there at Comic-Con with me and Cronus. He does a very good impression of you, by the way.
He probably does. I'm gonna quickly say this. No spoilers whatsoever. Episode 4 was easily the best episode of that series. You know, it's a better episode than the first 3. I can say that definitively.
Yeah, it was definitely it. I love the title because it is exactly, literally, and figuratively what the episode is about. It's titled "We Interrupt This Program." So it literally interrupts the narrative of WandaVision to show you kind of what's going on outside of this weirdness, and it turned out really good.
We didn't really get to talk about it last week's episode. So, like Wanda, she had her babies. Wait, she had the babies at the end, right?
Yes. Yeah, pretty much.
The wrong goddamn babies, though. Wasn't who I was expecting. I'm just saying. Where's Vive at?
Yeah, they should have came out looking like Victor Stone.
But no, one of the interesting things from last week's episode was that the black guy, the neighbor, like he almost gave away like exactly what's fucking happening. Like he was kind of stuck, kind of like the previous week when the husband was choking and that lady just kept saying, "Stop it, stop it." Like that similar situation happened with the black guy and the girl she's from SNL, right? The girl was a comedian, right? Yeah. So he's like chopping into fucking brick with a fucking hedge trimmer and just like, oh, we're all, and they couldn't say exactly what was happening, but like it was just interesting to see that dynamic. Like we get little hints of something's fucking wrong with the goddamn town, and like the people know about it, but they can't fucking say anything because either maybe Wanda's kind of controlling them, or like there's certain shit that's going on. So yeah, it's trippy what they're doing.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm digging the show. I was gonna watch the latest one tonight, but obviously I'm here. And then yesterday I did a podcast on Balance Exchange, so I had no time to watch it. So hopefully I watch it tomorrow. Yeah.
Right on. Yeah,
the new episode's out for that today, right?
Yes, it premiered today. Yeah, and it's gonna keep premiering every single Friday at noon Pacific time. Actually, we might do it later than noon, because when I drop it at noon during a premiere, I can't chat with everybody that's watching it because I'm off dropping my daughter off. So it might be a little bit later, but every Friday it'll drop for the next 6 weeks. So, or I think
Mr. Matt.
6 or 12.
Oh, go ahead.
It's either the next 6 or 12 weeks. I forget. Go ahead.
Oh, did anybody else besides me and Prodigy watch Night Stalker? Has anyone seen that?
I haven't seen
No.
No.
It's next on my list.
Well, I can't watch that stuff at nighttime. Like, and that's something my wife would want to watch.
Right.
You know, it's just like I don't like going to bed on a bummer note like that. Like watching fucking sociopaths. But go for
You don't want to give your wife ideas.
I know, bro. I know.
Don't
she's
watch it late
already
at night.
off.
Don't watch it late at night, and don't live in California when you watch it, especially not LA. But, yeah, I had trouble sleeping. It is good. I say we save that just a little bit, Stitch, because I wanted to get into something that I think we can all agree on here.
So real quick,
we'll start with,
after watching Zodiac, like that made me scared. Like I used to like going out to like peer like overlook places and like checking out like the city lines and stuff like that. But once I learned about the Zodiac killer, every time I'm like, yeah, you know what? We just gonna go home.
Jesus Christ.
No worries.
All right, another
Let me
another
point-
shot for everybody.
Okay. Let me point at Matt from Prereq. How do you feel about vampire titties?
Damn.
I mean, I'm jealous because I don't have the system to play it.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
you can play it on the 4,
otherwise,
right?
what's that?
Yeah, it'll be
I
on.
think the demo was on the 4.
No, it's on the 5.
I thought it was.
Go ahead.
Did you see the showcase, Prodigy?
Of course.
Because they
Hold on. Let Matt get in here. Go ahead.
Jesus Christ.
Dude.
I mean, my feelings
Yeah, I've been
on
drinking.
big vampire titties, like, I'm for them. Like that's not an easy, like that's not a thing I'm necessarily falling on the against side of. I'm always for more titties.
Oh, Mr. X is going to join right now, just so everybody knows.
Okay.
He's I'm inviting him in right now.
Okay. Would you like for an 8-foot tall vampire big titty queen to step on you though? Are you into the step on you mommy aspect of it?
No, I'm not. As far as I'm concerned, any encounter with a vampire is just about getting eternal life and power, from my perspective. So I would be like, look, you gotta step on me, just give me eternal life first. Then you can step on me as long as you want, as often as you want. I don't care. Just keep like your heels away from my heart, and we're good.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
no, hold on, I
obviously,
messed that up. Give me a second.
Okay. So
Go
Prodigy
ahead.
obviously didn't watch the Resident Evil showcase,
What the
where
fuck?
the director of the game literally said this will be available on Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series 8 on May 7th, 2021.
But I thought the game was on the 5 only. Maybe I'm tripping.
Yeah, I watched the showcase, and I watched it all. It's an hour long.
Dude, it is easier for me to buy porns like in my house.
There we go.
Like if I want to buy a video game, unless it's cheap, Becky's just like, why? You hate all video games.
All right, hold on. We had somebody join.
She is not wrong. I've watched some of your YouTube streams where you play video games too, and it's probably about 4 minutes into any given game before it's just like, God damn it, God, the fucking game.
Well,
Is
the
that like
number one thing I hate is just anytime the game takes the control away from me. And here's the thing. My argument against story in video games is just this. If I don't like the story, but the video game is fun, I can still have a good time, but anytime the story intrudes on that, it's taking away my fun.
There you
Like
go.
if I sit there and watch a 10-minute cutscene or scroll through dialogue I don't care about, I'm just like, I was having fun with the other part of the game, and if this was gone, I just wouldn't care.
All right, real quick, Mr. X.
Go ahead.
Hey, what's going on? Introduce yourself. You should not be muted, I think, or maybe you are. You're muted. There you go.
Unmute.
Yeah. Oh, I think you have the wrong mic on. What's going on here? Why can't I hear you?
I heard him.
Well, he's having technical difficulties. We can tell that he knows a lot about audio with all the bases behind him. He should have this all figured out by now. Like, what the fuck? Figure out your mic, man. I can see him.
It's just a Zoom background.
Yeah,
No, the problem is,
if you're on your mobile, you can't see everybody.
yeah, I had to expand the screen to be able to pull them in
Yeah.
to like 16 people, or 16 up to 16.
With the Resident Evil 8 Village, like holy shit, that demo, like just playing it on the 5 was fucking great. Like the attention to detail was crazy. Like the brickwork and like once you go into the house, like the gold trim that like laces like the fucking walls, shit like that was fucking on point. But like there's one part when you're walking down the hallway and you just see this giant fucking like dress on this mannequin, and like I played it after people had already started playing and like posting up the giant fucking vampire gothic big titty chick, and like when I'm walking by there, I'm like, wow, like holy shit, this chick is gonna be fucking huge. Like her fucking dress is insane. But like Resident Evil games have always been fun, like the whole scare factor and the puzzle solving and this and that. I'm excited about this game. It's been a while since I played a Resident Evil game.
Podcast Rob, I know it's super late for you. Pro vampire titties.
I think once you get titties involved, anything that comes before that is just a descriptor. So I mean, I'm here for it. It's all good.
It's a sentence modifier.
Yeah, that's basically all it is. It's just more words to describe the titties.
Well, what if it was like Bob from Fight Club though? Yeah, I mean he had big titties. I'm just saying.
He did.
Look, man, everybody's got what they're into. I don't hate. It's all good. People like what they like.
I love how the cosplay community was like, they're up on their shit. Like there's like at least like 10 posts that was like that same day of somebody dressed up as a big titty golf girl.
Listen. As someone who is, now I can see Mr. X.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
There we
too.
go. Now we can.
With all your faces.
There we go. I got
welcome.
All right, introduce yourself, man. How you been?
Yeah, go ahead.
Good. Are we using names or Mr. X or whatever?
Yeah,
Mr. X.
I mean, it says
Mr.
your name
X.
on here, but it's just on a live stream. But everybody knows it's Mr. X on the podcast, so.
Okay. So, yeah, Mr. X, that's me. It's been a while, guys.
This is the longest.
It's been a while.
This is the longest time I haven't seen this dude in real life since I met him. It's just quite strange. We
We
used to try to kill each other on a weekly basis. Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't choked each other in probably almost a year now.
Yeah, it's been almost a year.
What?
We're into some real freaky shit, y'all. I'm just saying.
Big titty golf chick choking each other. Where we going, guys? Where we going?
Damn. A few more drinks in and.
There you go.
Actually, I think we're a couple drinks behind because Green Goddess has donated quite a bit so far.
Yeah, we'll take another one.
All right,
16,
let's go.
so we'll go again. This is
Yeah.
quickly
So
devolving.
I don't know if you
Green
guys
Goddess, thank you.
take them
Go ahead,
back.
GM.
I don't know if you guys talked about this already, but how do you guys feel about what Japan is doing with all the cosplay? I'm guessing making money off of using someone else's existing property thing.
We haven't talked about it. We haven't talked about it, and I saw that it was something that Japan was considering, and obviously it sent chills through the whole international cosplay community. It's going to be almost impossible to control. How do you control what someone wears?
Yeah, you want to go into details about that? Because this is kind of new to me.
I don't think it was anti-cosplay. It was like you guys know a lot. I know you guys follow them on Instagram, but like some of these cosplay models that'll sell pictures, like dressed up like fucking what's her face, dressed up like Psylocke, and then she dresses up like Elektra, and then she sells that picture online to people. So like her using the costume to make money is the issue. You getting dressed up and doing whatever is another thing, but I think it's a monetizing someone else's IP.
Yeah, hold on, real quick. One more shot, and then one more shot. And we'll answer the question. So one more. Somebody just got money in. But yeah.
Yeah, we're 30 minutes in, 5 shots.
Go ahead. The money, it'll go up in a minute. So after the next one, it'll go up.
So I was asking who's saying that they're owed money in this situation? Like, I mean, I don't know if Marvel's involved, but
no, it's actually right now it's only happening in Japan, so I'm assuming it has to do with like the anime and manga stuff.
Okay. Hentai, don't forget about that.
That's interesting. I think any of us really know how copyright laws work in other countries, but that seems really interesting. I don't think that would fly here.
Well, I
But,
guess that's the fear that if something like that happens in Japan, that then people would follow, like the companies would follow suit here.
Well, you know what's interesting? There's a YouTube channel I follow. It's B for Build, and they try to do. They were in the process of creating Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds, and like literally the producers or I think it was Paramount. They reached out to them and gave them a cease and desist letter. And they actually took their vehicle. Like, they had the car.
Yeah.
Like, they had the right. They bought the car and all this stuff. And the company came and took the car. Like, they had no repercussions or anything. And they mainly took it away because of copyright reasons. Because Eleanor is their property. Because it's not like an actual car, but it's from the actual movie. So they took the car. It's like, yeah, that's some fucked up shit. So this is it's kind of similar. Because, you know, they're people who are cosplaying. They're dressing up as this character to try to make revenue, basically. So, I don't know. I think it's fucked up, to be honest. Just because, you know, cosplay's been going on for so long, and, like, you know, what's gonna happen when, like, Halloween comes around? Like, they're gonna be like, oh, hey, you can't dress up as fucking Batman, Blue. Like, we want you to pay me first.
This ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work at all.
But
I mean,
first of all,
even in Japan, they're not gonna be able to lock down this from a monetizing standpoint or from a character standpoint.
don't be so sure because
Weaves are gonna win. Go ahead.
That is an intellectual property thing because it's like technically all the cosplayers would have to do is just change one piece of it and then give themselves a fake ass name and just be an approximation of the character, you know, like the Times Square Elmo and shit. Because those people can get sued for dressing up as characters that they don't own and taking pictures of people. Like, they can be litigated. It has happened.
I don't think it's about
Just looking at it right here, the main article basically states that cosplay that is not for profit will not infringe on copyright, but submitting photos to membership-based exchange sites such as Instagram or receiving money at events may violate copyright infringement. So it's not like you're dressing up on Halloween is gonna get anybody in trouble, but it's more like if you're posting that stuff to membership sites where people have to pay to see that stuff, more importantly, pay you to see you dressing up as somebody, intellectual property that you don't own, they could run afoul of that.
Like my dick pic calendar.
Could.
Unless you're fisting your asshole and then it's parody.
Okay, so
but if you want to wear a blonde wig and be Lana Craft,
sorry.
I'm a quarter Japanese. I want my money.
You only get a third of it.
Send me my money.
Well, no, this is what's odd. What's odd to me, it's like, just imagine like how far this could go. Like, there's like a lot of like car pages on Instagram, but people are going to look at the car, not the person, and it's just like, well, can't like, Toyota or Infiniti like sue people because they're coming there for the car, not for the person. So this is like gets in like a real fucking crazy gray area.
But in the case of like Eleanor, that's an intellectual property. Like Eleanor is a custom built car for that movie.
Well, no, it is, but at the same time, the car, those are all the parts that you can buy all the parts, like
right.
So and the company doesn't own all the parts. They own the name Eleanor. I think if they would have not called it Eleanor, would have been fine, which is stupid. Owning the name, it's real fucking petty. But literally, all the parts that are on that car are commercially available.
Yeah,
so,
I think the trouble with that is if you were to take that Eleanor car, go to like a car show, and then charge money saying "Come see Eleanor."
Yeah,
when it is not Eleanor.
I can understand that.
Then then technically, you're kind of getting money out of falsely claiming that this is the Eleanor from the Fast and Furious. I'm going to 60 Seconds movie. Yeah, so I guess that part. I guess maybe, but it just seems like a big ass Pandora's box. If you were like to say that low.
Hold on.
Since it was YouTube, I mean, the people were making profit from the view count. So, I mean, technically, they are making profit off of using the name Eleanor. So, that could also fall into that category.
Was that Rob or was that Matt?
No,
it was Gian.
Gian, sorry.
Who are you again?
Yeah.
You don't even got a face. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm just that red G.
Are you Warren G? Regulators, mount up.
My father was killed by a red G.
Go ahead, G.
My dad was a giant G and I'm a little G.
Go
You know,
ahead,
his son
John.
plays at USC. I think he actually just entered the NFL draft, but
This
That's
one
it.
is good.
that's another story.
You couldn't wait to say you went to USC. That's like you were just waiting for the fucking thing. Are you a vegan too? Do you do CrossFit?
Yes, exactly. I am. That's why I'm fat as fuck right now. That all carb diet. No, I was saying like there's ways around it. I mean, especially coming from Japan, like anybody collects Transformers. There's like 75 different third-party Transformer companies, and they just it looks exactly like a Transformer. They just change the name and call it, like Morphing Mustang, something stupid like that. But people know, and they're more expensive than the Transformers that Hasbro puts out. Takari.
Yeah, but can you imagine trying to litigate a giant transforming robot case in Japan?
That'd be amazing.
Like, no Japanese person owns the rights to giant transforming robots.
This is fair with Macross and Robotech, and I get. Fair enough.
I remember having a watch that I got from the flea market that transformed into a little robot.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
One quick sec. Podcast Rob, I know it's late, and I think you're bouncing out on us. I wanted to get you in here for one last chance. You want to do a kind of a promo? Are you still with us? Or is he
Yeah,
gone?
I'm still here.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, I mean, pump up the awesome something cast a little bit, or you have something you want to promote real quick?
Anybody watching, you can go to somethingcast.com. We have a new improved website that we redid for 2021. You can find all the links to our website and all of our TeePublic and stuff on that website. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, all the podcast catchers. But while I thank you for giving me that opportunity, this isn't about us. When we first came into this podcast scene, we were very, very small potatoes. We were basically doing it for friends who listened. When we started branching out into social media, Blacker Than Black Times Infinity was one of the first podcasts that we became kind of pod friends and pod fam with. We've been doing this for 8.5 years, and you guys are right up there on the short list of people that we met first coming into this. And if it wasn't for interacting with people like you and your awesome show and the support that you guys give us on Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff, I don't know that this is something that we'd still be doing. So you guys are hitting 300. Thank you so much for your support. You guys are awesome. I'm looking forward to another 300 out of you guys. As far as the voice thing goes, real quick, I want to get this quick story. A couple years ago, we had the absolute honor to interview Ralph Garman, who does a podcast with Kevin Smith. He was host on some TV shows, radio DJ, comedian and stuff. And the whole thing happened because somebody on Twitter said, if you had the opportunity to interview one celebrity, who would it be? And I immediately answered back, no doubt, Ralph Garman. And when it comes to the whole podcast voice thing, Kronos, I'm going to tell you the same thing that he told us in response to that tweet. Aim higher.
All right.
So, as much as I respect the podcast voice thing, dude, please aim higher. You guys are rock stars in this when it comes to podcasting, and I couldn't be prouder and happier to be part of this. Thank you guys so much for asking me to be here. I do have to get going. I'm going to be up in like 5.5 hours for work, but keep drinking, keep being awesome. Looking forward to another 300. Guys, love you guys.
Later, man.
Fam.
Get some sleep.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us.
Big Titty Vampire Queens.
Oh, yeah.
Big Titty Vampire Queens.
There we
Absolutely,
go.
guys. Take care.
For
Gotta
podcast
get
Rob.
all my feels. I mean, this is all emotional and shit. I'm getting all.
Yeah, I know, right?
I need to go eat a piece of raw meat or something like that.
Change your tampon, and we'll keep continuing.
I just want to know, did he say any shit for the roasting cast that we did? I think it was episode 200 or 100.
I feel like
They might have. I think they
He did, and he
like
also,
he did.
and he also, along with pre-recorded live, they did really cool intros for us back in the day,
Yes.
which we might bring
The
back.
buggers.
But the problem is that with the whole live stream thing, it's like hard to do. Actually, fuck it, I can do it on the audio. I can bring
There you
back
go.
them doing because I still have the audio of like other podcasts
yeah.
like doing our intros. Like they're really interesting. They're really cool.
Yeah, they were funny.
Mr. X, I got a question for you. I don't know if you,
Here we go.
How many shares of GameStop have you bought this week?
0.
Hold on. So I'm going to pull him into the conversation because he said nothing since his intro. Devil Tank, you're an actual financial advisor. I'm pretty sure, right? That's what you do now.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah. So what are your
work
thoughts
with-
on the GameStop situation? Because
Nice.
obviously we talked about it on fucking Facebook, but give us your honest thoughts on this whole situation. I think it's hilarious.
So, I mean, my honest thoughts are just that, I mean, it's just kind of gone crazy. I mean, we've been watching it for a while. Like, I've been going crazy on, with Tesla for a while. Like, not, I can't really say anything. There's a certain platform that I can trade on that I have to trade on because I work for them. But they saved me thousands of dollars because it took me so long to get. I wanted a short Tesla when it was at 800 pre-split, but I couldn't get my money in time, and then Tesla just took off, and then now the Tesla's gotten to the point where I can't
You'd have been fucked.
touch it because it's a scary stock. So when we seen GameStop up 80%, I was doing everything I could to buy a put, which is shorting the stock basically, but it's an option. But it was just so expensive because options work off of volatility, and so if volatility is high, the option becomes more expensive, and GameStop was just absolutely crazy. And so we're watching it on the first day, and we were trying to figure out what was going on, why is this happening. We were trying to profit off of it, but then it just got to the point where it was just too scary to touch, and we kind of have to wait until it kind of mellows out. Once you start seeing the volume start to go down, where people are done buying, they've stopped pumping the stock up, is when the time you'll see a lot of traders come in and start trading it again. And right now, as far as valuation concerns, as far as how much the company should be worth versus the value of it, I mean, it's so overpriced that you're going to see people either shorting it straight out or buying put options. Like for me, I would buy options. Options is the only way that I would ever play this because your losses are fixed. So whatever you bought the option for is the most amount of money that you're going to lose, but you can gain everything if it does what you want it to do.
Yeah, I think at this point, the whole GameStop thing, it's not even like. Usually, when you talk about stocks, you talk about making some sort of profit. That's the goal, right? Is to make profits. But at this point, it's just basically, to me, it's like it's a fucking movement. So people are they're adding in their stock just to screw over these hedge fund people that were shorting the stock, and then like there are people that were on there that's like, listen, I'm not selling this stock until it's 1,000. If it's 1,000, but at that point, like the damage has way been done. Like there's like I read a article today that it's already costing, as of today, $70 billion in losses for all of the companies and investment firms or whatever that shorted GameStop. And I was just like, dude. And the fact that this could be potentially infinite is crazy to me. I'm just like, I had to like actually watch a couple videos on like what shorting a stock is. Can you explain that a little bit for everybody that's listening? Because I think most people don't understand what the fuck. I understand what it is now, but can you explain it?
Yeah, so when you short a stock, what you're doing is borrowing the stock from somebody who owns it. So when you buy a stock, when you buy it, you're going to buy it in what's called street name, which means your name is not on the stock certificates. The stock certificate names are in the broker that you go with. So if you are going through Robinhood or whoever, the stock that you buy is going to be in Robinhood's name. So they have a bunch of stock, everybody who owns it in one pile. So if you want to short it, you're just borrowing from that pile. So in your bank account or your brokerage account, you're going to have a negative balance. So if you want to short, say $2,000, your bank account is going to say negative $2,000 for stock value, but you're going to have $2,000 in your account. For margin purposes, that's going to equal 100% because you have negative 2,000 but you have $2,000 which you got from selling or shorting the stock. Now the problem is when you bought it, you shorted GameStop at $10 and you got $2,000. Well, now that GameStop is at like 300, that $10 stock is now $300, which means you're in that negative like freaking 300,000. I don't know how much off the top of my head, but you're at a negative a whole lot of money. So what happens is that the brokerage account won't let you get to negative ridiculous amounts of money. So if we're working with $10,000, you can get to about $30,000, negative $30,000 with a $10,000 investment. At that point in time, you're going to get hit what's called a margin call, which means you are too negative for how much cash you have in your account. So you have two choices. Either A, you can put in money like immediately to cover the margin call, or the company will buy the shares for you to cover it. It has to happen. It's a federal, like FINRA rule where they have to buy to cover.
Sorry, wouldn't C be they break your ankles or your kneecaps?
It's worse than that, actually.
Yeah.
Keep going, man. Keep going.
Normally,
they just
but I remember the stock market people, they jump out the windows, right? They don't really do the whole breaking of the arm. They just normally go to the highest floor and then hop out the window.
I mean, you have to be somewhat of a sophisticated investor in order to be able to trade on margin. Otherwise, you'll have higher restrictions so that you're not a person who can't afford the losses. Because in order for you to trade on margin or to short a stock, you have to have a certain amount of cash available to cover. Otherwise, they're just going to cover for you once you get to a certain amount of losses. And that's basically where the short squeeze comes in, is that you have a whole bunch of people hitting margin calls. And what the margin call does is force everybody to buy to cover their margin.
And so that's where the infinite loss comes in.
That's exactly what the situation we're in. Yeah, that's the losses. You lock in the losses.
And it's also
This has been.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say this has been all over the news. This has been the one thing that everybody's been talking about the past 48 hours. So I really appreciate the breakdown.
No. So what he talked about?
Everyone wants to know.
Obviously, what he talked about is 100% true. But there's also other things that they hold on to the stock for basically like too long. They have to end up covering dividend costs, which I looked up. I was just like, so because GameStop has dividends, so if they hold the stock on to like when GameStop pays dividends, they have to pay those dividends out. I was just like, what the fuck? As an individual person, or whatever investor happens to hold that stock, because they're basically holding all that debt, and so if the price keeps going up and up and up, it's just going to be more and more debt. And yeah, I didn't understand how something could be an infinite loss until like I looked into it. I was like, dude, but usually shorting a stock is, everybody understands it's risky, and nobody, I think this is maybe the first time, I mean, Devil Tank, you could probably talk about this more than I can, but this is the first time that I know of that somebody that was shorting a stock that the price went up this significantly in this short amount of time. So normally this doesn't happen.
Yeah, I've never seen this happen. I've never, ever seen this happen, especially with a company like GameStop. And I'm not trying to bag on GameStop. I'm not trying to say anything about them.
Not a thought.
But what I will say is, I mean, to me, they look like Blockbuster before Netflix completely took over. So I mean, it's one of those things where people kind of see the writing on the wall that I don't know if they're going to make it long term unless they start changing drastically their business model.
Well, I mean, and they have a new CEO that's supposed to like change around the business model and stuff like that. But at this point, it's like, to me, it's a failing business, and so this is all just like it's like a really strange point in history. But I think that might be a precursor to what could happen in the future for like other stocks. And I think it's gonna make people more hesitant to short stocks and like to really pay attention, because these are all publicly known things. Like a lot of go ahead.
All brick and mortar retail has had trouble, especially. Then this is pre-pandemic for GameStop. Like
Yeah.
they've been in trouble. They've closed a shit ton of stores, and literally, we as gamers know this. We all thought that GameStop was hanging on by a thread before the launch of the new consoles, and maybe that would help them linger on, like drag into the new year a little bit. But the reason why you didn't want to keep even GameStop gift certificates is because we didn't know when they were going to go completely out of business.
You know, funny thing about GameStop, as someone that's got an online action figure store, I've noticed they've focused a lot into memorabilia and toys, and like trying to fill the gap that Toys R Us left once they went out of business.
It's kind of smart. Yeah.
So that's definitely. I mean, I'm not saying that's gonna save them, but it's definitely like I actually started my business by buying a ton of shit off of clearance from GameStop. You know, and they were doing, like, when the pandemic hit, they were just dropping these just dumb sales where it was like spend $100, get $30 off. So you would do like one, you know, I'd buy $100 worth of stuff for $70 and just keep on doing different purchases, getting $30 off to clear out their stock. And they kind of got it after like a week or two, they caught wind of what people were doing. But it's definitely like now GameStop is a place where any like toy hunter or reseller hits immediately. So, you know, who knows? Like, maybe, I don't know that how much it's changed now. And then, you know, obviously with everything that's going on with stock manipulation thing, I mean, I can't speak on it all. I'm actually kind of pissed off at my nephew. My nephew went and fucking bought some of the stock like 2 weeks ago and didn't say shit to me about it.
Now you made there.
You know, yeah. And then my brother tells me, yeah, he bought like 3 or 4 stocks when they were like $15 a pop, and like, why the fuck wasn't I informed of this? But anyways,
yeah,
no, that's a good point. That's a good point, lowercase G. I'm glad you said that. You're a vulture, basically. It's all good, lowercase G.
Are there people who basically became millionaires with all this shit that's happening?
Overnight, literally overnight, people become millionaires. To me, what's been captivating is just, like, I mean, I took super basic economics back in high school, but this has forced almost everybody to open up some econ books and study like Wall Street and trading. All of a sudden, in the last couple of days, now everybody's an expert, I guess. But what's been weird to me is, like, if I remember correctly, it's hedge funds. I guess Devil Tank can answer this the best. Has hedge fund firms been around for very long? I feel like they're relatively new within the last like 20 years or something, or they've been around from like the 80s or longer.
What's a hedge fund?
Because what a hedge fund is, the only difference between a hedge fund and a mutual fund, because you've heard of a mutual fund, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So the only real difference is that a hedge fund can do whatever the hell it wants to do, and the hedge portion is that they can buy puts, they can buy hedges, like downside hedges, to prevent losses. So what you really want a hedge fund for is to prevent like 2008. Anytime we have like a major downturn, your downturn's not going to be as much as other people's, because your strategies are hedging against downside turns. So a mutual fund just has straight up investments. So a mutual fund is just going to be you're all long on everything, unless you have a specific strategy within your mutual fund. But a hedge fund is allowed to do anything, and usually hedge funds are restricted to bigger investors, like $100,000, $1 million investors. They will pay somebody, a money manager, to basically manage their money, and they can just do whatever they want with it. They can have any type of strategy they want. That's the difference.
Yeah, so it's funny to me.
Right?
Yeah, kind of. There being a couple of bookies, as they say. I mean, as people keep comparing the stock market to like a casino. I mean, you're taking a risk by basically betting on a stock, basically. And what's interesting to me, there's this Dr. Michael Burry. He was a hedge fund investor. He made millions shorting subprime mortgages back in 2008. And he was buying the GameStop stock when it had dropped between $2 and $4.20 a share. He spent $15 million in shares. When it skyrocketed up, he ended up only making I think 1.7 because he had to call a bunch of people to get to basically buy back and pay back his broker and whatnot. So he lost 14 million roughly. And this guy's trying to like almost call foul, like the public shouldn't be able to do this. This is some kind of scam.
He didn't lose it.
Scheme.
No, he didn't
and
lose it.
I'm just like, dude, this is literally a publicly traded company. They're not part of an organization. These are individuals that got together and decided to buy stock. And these people that are hedge fund managers or hedge fund investors are like saying that this should not be allowed. This could potentially be illegal, and they're crying foul because they're losing billions of dollars, billions with a B.
Honestly, fuck those people. I mean, they took a risk. It's a risk. I mean, everybody knows this shit.
Yeah.
Especially these investors all know this shit too. You took a risk, especially when you do shorting a stock. There's a whole bunch of penalties that are incurred if you short a stock. Holy shit, Blue's got tequila. But yeah, like I think that the main problem was that usually when you short a stock, there is risk, but it usually is not that extreme. All right, usually you have time to pull out, like when you're fucking a hooker. When you're like, I'm just kidding, don't fuck a hooker. But yeah,
at least
but
not raw, prodigy.
Usually you have time to pull out.
What the fuck?
And but these people have been fleecing America for like the longest time, and then for them to get mad that the common person got over on them using the same rules that they are using to basically fleece part of America, I don't give a single solitary fuck. Like, my money's in the stock market too, but I'm not fucking shorting stocks. I'm not putting that much money in to accelerate the failing of a company. Like, I'm not going to do that. And that's what they did, and they got caught, and that's what's happening now. And so now they're fucking stuck.
Yeah.
They are stuck because Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, literally the last year, I feel like, has been an educational experience for everybody, like a life educational experience. Because like with politics, we saw what Trump was fucking doing with like this and that, and like people were researching and like, oh, this is how the whole government works, stuff like that. And now this is like, okay, this is basically how stocks work. Like, we have these traders doing all this shit beforehand, and they were kind of get away with it. But now, like, with the public can do this kind of similar thing, like they're kind of getting pissed about it. So it's literally a live action learning experience that we're going through right now.
All I want to know is, where's my Wolf of Wall Street, lines of coke, lines of hookers coming through, and then Matthew McConaughey doing that chest pounding thing. I want to see all of that cool stuff from Wolf of Wall
You got to
Street.
go to Oregon, man.
There probably is people doing that right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's people that are
they probably liquidated half their stock, and it's like, oh, it's time for hookers and gin now.
Even with this whole like GameStop debacle, there's still people that are brokers and investors that are making a shitload of money off of this shit.
Of course,
right now.
Yeah.
Like there's money to be made on both sides. Just like the losers that have lost in this, they're incurring incredible losses, but there's also incredible wealth to be made off of this. And I think that's the other side of the story. But the media is trying to make it seem like it's something that it's not. It's just like, listen, I don't give a single solitary fuck if somebody plays, poker and loses $5 million. I don't care.
Yeah,
you gambled your money, like you knew what you were doing. So
yep.
Can make 2 points.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I agree with everything that you said. I agree, but there are still certain rules that have to be followed. So the one crying foul portion I can explain is if one of you guys wanted to invest $1 million, say that you wanted to buy $1 million into, let's say GameStop. I know that you want to buy $1 million. I cannot go and buy GameStop before I put in your trade.
Right.
Matter of fact, I can't do anything on that day if I know that you are going to do this huge trade, because it's going to push up the market for that stock. So there's certain things that you cannot do. So for a whole bunch of people to collectively come together and say, we're all going to buy this one stock, is where the market manipulation problem comes together. And I understand your attitude about it, but nobody's really trying to screw over one particular company. They just see money. It's just a money trade. Like right now, for me with Tesla, it's not like I have a personal vendetta against Tesla, but right now it's the 5th largest company in the entire world.
Which they shouldn't be, yeah.
And it made like a couple $1 million, like $25 million of profit last year, which is nothing to sneeze at, but it's not the 5th largest company in the world. So all I see is dollar signs on my wanting to short it or buy puts against it. And that's all really anybody sees, like especially when they see GameStop, they're just like, holy moly, they have this company that looks like it's going to go bust. And it may not go bust. You have like Sprint. Sprint was like a $4 share 10 years ago, where it was on the verge of dying, and you had people shorting it just because they thought it was just going to die, and it stuck around. It kind of kept coming around, and people lost their butts on the short on Sprint, but it wasn't a collective, everybody all together. It's like that whole poker analogy that you're talking about. That's the entire table. They're saying, you know what? We're gonna screw this one guy over here in the corner because he's been winning.
Well, okay, so the thing is, that's really good that you said that. I'm glad that you said that. But from what I understood, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I might be incorrect. But it wasn't just one person that did this. It was a group of people in hedge funds that collectively got together and were like, hey, we're going to devalue this company by buying all these, short stocks. And that's going to drive down the actual cost of the company. And then we're going to pull it. We're going to basically make a profit off of this because we're all doing it at the same time. And then so we get the reverse side of that where other people that got wind of that and they're like, hey, fuck that. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite end. So
I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but I highly doubt it. One, because it's illegal to do. But two, it's just a trick. I mean, you guys all seen it. You guys can all look at it and say, okay, what are some things, especially if you're playing contrarian. If you're a contrarian investor, which means you look at companies that are overvalued, that you think that have gone way too far and that are going to go down. So your investment strategy is to bet against stocks or bet against companies. That is probably just a company that came up as a company that's in a dying industry. And they just all got into it.
It is. Go ahead, Prodigy. You're trying to talk.
Well, I was actually going to, embarrassingly, ask him, would you buy Godzilla or King Kong?
This fucking guy.
I mean, I just need to know. I need to know if you're a monkey supporter or if you're on Team
King Kong,
Godzilla, King Lizard. That's what I want to know. Are you short selling that?
I wanted to go to that.
I seen your Facebook post. I'm a King Kong guy.
Yeah.
Over Godzilla?
Oh, come on.
I want to see King Kong.
The GameStop talk?
I want to see that gif of him messing with the jaw. Where he's like messing with the dinosaur jaw.
I mean,
that's what I think is going to happen.
He's got weapons. I'm just saying, he's got, because monkeys use tools.
I need explanation because there was nobody on this podcast that was more Team Harambe than Prodigy. And he completely has said, fuck all primate, even your alpha primate, and y'all ain't shit to this reptile or whatever. So I need to understand when the flip mode happened. You decided to come to reality and decide, get on my boat that monkeys ain't shit.
Hey, let me I just want to make a comment. You guys have 300 episodes, and I know Stitch, you've only been a part of like 50 of them. That being said, you already know nobody waffles on your show more than Prodigy does. So why are you surprised whatsoever?
Damn.
I have to get him on record for flipping though. I have to have it on tape.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
These are two different things. Harambe.
Wait, hold on. Hashtag dicks out for Harambe. There you go.
Yes. I was a full supporter of Harambe. He was the silverback angel that tragically got shot down. But
Is that your new weapon? Now you don't do jiu-jitsu anymore?
Exactly. That's my self-defense. Twisted T. All right. We gotta take another shot. Oh wait. It's me and Stitch. All right.
Yes, Stitch.
Let's go.
Yeah. What are we doing?
Wait, so,
yeah,
real quick. Anybody who's watching live right now, I put a challenge into the chat where right now we're sitting at 8 likes. If we get up to 10, I'm gonna take a shot from this giant fucking Kirkland bottle of fucking tequila. Actually, so if you guys listen to the podcast, you know that like we used to do ethnic food night, and there was one party where I made habanero tequila, and I
Jesus
followed a
Christ.
recipe,
Yeah.
and I kind of fucked up. So the recipe said to put habanero peppers inside tequila. Like I think like a day. I left in there for 7 fucking days, and yeah, there was a lot of people mad at me, but
it was undrinkable.
I still have that bottle. And it still has some of that tequila left. So.
Oh shit! Are you serious? Shit!
Yeah, if somebody pays $15, I will go and find that bottle and take a shot of it.
I can't donate to myself.
All right. Let me go back. Let me go back to this.
Oh wait, if we get up to 10 likes, I'll take a shot of this tequila that we have here. So just everybody in chat.
Well, but how much does it take? Hold on. How much does it take for the habanero tequila? How much money?
Blue trying to get hemorrhoids.
$15.
$15?
Oh, dang.
He trying to shit fire.
All right, hold on.
Holy fuck.
So for those of you who were here from the beginning, Blue was saying he had a bottle of peanut butter whiskey. If you're watching live, you've seen the progression that his peanut butter whiskey has turned into a mini bar. Because now he has a bottle of Hennessy, his tequila, a bottle of Bullet, and it looks like Toki in the back. I can't tell what's that back there, but he literally came up with a mini bar and his BMO
from Adventure Time.
Kong versus Godzilla, get back on it.
Yeah, to answer your question, Stitch, Harambe, you know he holds a special place in my goddamn heart. I have always been a Godzilla guy. Like Godzilla fucks up the entire city of fucking Tokyo. King Kong can't even steal one measly white woman. Can't do it right. Gets shot fucking down. This King Kong is not radioactive. King Kong is not. He doesn't wreck New York. In this fight particularly, Godzilla all the fucking way. I don't know how this is even a contest.
But now Kong is the same size as Godzilla though.
Kong got a leveling up that doesn't make any goddamn sense. In the fucking the movie from literally 4 or 5 years ago, he wasn't this big. He was nowhere near as big as Godzilla. So they've increased his size. They give him a fucking axe like he's goddamn Ragnarok Thor.
There you go, Blue. Find that booze.
Oh goddamn!
This is all funny, but it goes into my account, so I just paid myself.
Godzilla is a nuke. He's a nuclear fucking weapon. Like
he fucked up San Francisco too.
Yes, I mean he destroys fucking cities, and you got this fucking monkey coming at him. It doesn't make any fucking sense. You guys are delusional if you think Kong is winning this. And there may be some shenanigans.
He's got weapons. They show in the preview that he has a weapon that can like cancel out his nuclear breath. So get out of here with your nonsense.
He has a fucking axe to a fight that has an actual breath of fucking.
It literally shows this. This is how you don't pay attention in anything in life. He literally shows how it's canceling out his atomic breath with the weapon.
A axe, a melee weapon against a radioactive blaster.
And in the video, it cancels out the atomic breath. So.
And he still won't win.
Okay. We'll see. I can guarantee you that.
Can Kong do anything besides get killed with airplanes trying to steal white women?
Yes.
That's what I wanted.
I can guarantee. Well, first of all, in the movie, I can pretty much guarantee you that the actual villain is not King Kong or Godzilla. It's probably Mechagodzilla.
That's fine.
But
that's fine.
But
Jack Black didn't capture Godzilla.
Yeah.
Jack Black didn't capture Godzilla.
But listen, I will give the fact that for some reason, normally speaking, King Kong versus Godzilla, I'll be like, yeah, Godzilla wins. But King Kong is way bigger in this one for some reason, which they'll have to explain away. And he's got a weapon that is basically fucking magical. So I'm going to give him some leeway. And you can keep being stupid. So, yeah.
We have to assume in this universe, first of all, that Godzilla is part of the same group of monsters that everyone else is from. Like, because, like, Mothra isn't Godzilla. Ghidorah is a giant dragon thing, but he's still not Godzilla. So it's not like Godzilla is the only type. If there could be a moth one, surely there could be a monkey one.
Oh, shit.
Sure.
Found it.
First of all, but Godzilla and King Kong were the same size since the original like kaiju Japanese wrestling match one way back in the day.
True, and they have publicly said, if you watch Skull Island, John C. Reilly's character talks about how Kong is still growing. They even talk about it in the preview about Kong getting bigger. So they have to make him be the same size as Godzilla for the film, for the effects, which I get.
I
but...
disagree. I think the fight
Okay.
would be more interesting if King Kong was left his original size.
Oh, I read your post about that, because
Like,
he would be more harder for Godzilla to hit. Or...
Right, the idea that King Kong is more mobile and like he's harder to hit because Godzilla's so big and kind of bulky in terms of the way he moves. So it would be a more interesting fight if it was like King Kong moving around really fast, climbing up Godzilla, death by 1,000 cuts kind of strategy, while Godzilla is just like wrecking crap all around him, swinging tails, firing off nuclear blasts, like just singeing the monkey's ass on the way around. And I mean, still, like you said, it's not. Neither one of them is going to be the bad guy. Like,
obviously, with everything going on in the pandemic,
show up.
Well, it's either him, it's either that or
Hold on, get Stitchy. Go ahead.
with everything going on in the pandemic, I know we are not going to be able to physically be in a movie theater when this happens. But I pray to God I would be in that movie theater when you saw this fight break out. And for some reason, if they gave magical plot armor to Kong where he knocked out Godzilla, I would love to see your reaction in a public place, flipping the fuck out in an entire movie theater, just fucking kicking over chairs and slapping popcorn out of kids' hands. The police would come and lock you up, and I would love to see that. It would be worth my price of admission. I would bail you out because I enjoyed what I saw so fucking much.
Dude, you know what's really gonna happen? This is gonna be fucking Batman vs Superman. It's gonna be them fighting for a little bit, and all of a sudden they gotta team up to take out fucking Lex Luthor, Martha. They're like, what do you say, Martha?
yeah, of course.
I also want to say for the record, and this is a shame, but it's your 300, so I'll reveal this shame. I cried when Mothra died in the last movie.
Ooh.
Like I felt it.
It was kind of.
I love Mothra. I always have.
It was poetic.
Yeah,
it was poetic. I like that scene. Gian, what you got on this? Gian, what you got on this one? Who you got in this fight?
You know, I haven't watched the trailer.
Ooh.
Because I just bought a property and have been fucking working a lot on it. But you know, I was gonna go like all Godzilla, you know, because he's a nuclear bomb basically. But you know, some of you guys are bringing up some interesting points that you picked up from the trailer. So I'm a fence rider right now. I don't know, you know, but you know, but I love that big gorilla though. So you know, I'm just, you know, my heart's with King Kong at this point.
Just think of it like this: think of Godzilla as USC, and think of King Kong as like Oregon State for college. Like it shouldn't be fucking close like this.
So real quick, so Cronus had challenged me to. So this is the habanero tequila that I made fucking like years ago. Like you can still see like habanero flakes kind of floating in there. And I would say this is probably like two
flakes
shots.
are mold.
I'll zoom in on you if you drink that. Hold on, give me a second.
No, so this is normal. So this is tequila silver, and this is tequila silver from Sussex. So you can see like the color difference. Can you guys see that? Like,
yeah, yours looks like piss.
Situation, Blue, is
it does.
Is that you volunteered to do this, and then when somebody paid for it, you went, oh shit, like you brought it upon yourself. But so
I did.
I'm looking forward to it, and yeah, tomorrow I want full asshole reports, please.
Did Mr. X jump in on his Godzilla Kong pick?
No, he hasn't.
Oh,
I'm gonna take a quick shot.
I can't support the lizard that killed most of my ancestors. So.
Oh, dear.
Oh, Blue, like Jesus Christ, all you guys are talking.
Blew the second shot and took off running.
Holy shit!
I think I saw flames coming out of his asshole.
Oh my
A-hole
god!
just burned up.
Yeah, I think he just set his chair on fire. Holy shit!
He might have just died.
Might do a welfare
Holy
check on
shit.
that.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, no, he's alive.
It's so fucking hot. Oh my god.
He took that shot, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. You missed it. He took off running.
You still got more
There was
left in
fire
there.
shooting out of his ass like fucking Mortal
Gotta check the
Kombat.
rest of that.
Oh,
I'm like
man.
fucking crying. It's so fucking spiky.
You gotta
Holy
finish that.
shit. Oh my god. Oh, whew. That was a mistake. Mistakes are made. Oh my god, dude.
Right.
Pussy.
You know what though, Mr. X? If you watch Godzilla backwards, then he rebuilds Tokyo and moonwalks into the ocean.
Oh my god.
That's so good.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. I can't wait for the movie. We'll fucking see. And I guess this wouldn't this be one of those ones that would be HBO Max,
Yes.
and then a bullshit ass theater
Yes.
simulcast bullshit.
All right, anybody with Toho knowledge, I want to know, like, who do you think the ultimate villain monster is going to be that Godzilla and Kong have to fight? They already did Ghidorah.
Godzilla.
Mm.
It's gonna be 11.
11. That'd be actually pretty awesome. That'd be awesome.
Nuclear
she's in it,
proliferation is going to be the
Yeah, she's in the movie.
Yeah, because she was in the
She
last
was another
one.
one, right?
She's in Godzilla King of Monsters.
Yeah.
So it's Mark. What was his name? The guy who played. Oh god. The guy who does the voice of Shrek. I can't think right now.
Mike Myers.
Yeah, he
Mike
has
Myers.
one, right? Because he's in the other one, right?
No, I don't think he's in any of these.
Yeah, he hasn't had work for a while, man. Ever since the Guru of Love, they kind of fell off. He's like, yeah, you're definitely not an Indian, so maybe not do that again.
I thought he did it. I thought he did a Godzilla movie.
Are you thinking of Jack Black?
Matthew
Black was
Broderick.
Kong?
So hold on, we're at we hit a milestone. There we have the likes that Blue was asking for a shot, so everybody take a shot.
Holy fucking shit!
I'm gonna finish off the rest
That was
of
a free one.
Habanero tequila.
That you almost died from.
Do it.
It's actually pretty good. Like it's aged very well.
Yeah, it sounded good. You literally got up and
Yeah, we
ran.
could tell.
Sounds good. Yeah.
What a great promo you dropped for it.
Did you die?
Holy fuck!
Did you die?
Yeah.
I
Kronos
think I
is gonna have to
died,
like
but I
clip
came
that.
back.
I don't know if Kronos can clip that like segment where he took the shot and then ran off camera or whatever. That'd be
Oh, I
a great
mean-
little, like, commercial.
That was so good.
If I remember, I will, but I probably won't because I've been drinking.
That's crazy. To answer Matt's question, I agree with Cronus. I think Mecha Godzilla is going to show up in this one, in some way, shape, or form.
Wait, wasn't Wanda from WandaVision? She was in the last one. Her and Quicksilver, weren't they like dating or something? Or they're like
They
a
were
couple?
married. They were married.
That's what it was. Yeah.
In the first
Are
one.
they in Godzilla versus King Kong?
Was that really them or totally different actors? 'Cause I'm
No, it
pretty
was
sure-
totally
No, they
them
were-
because they were getting trolled about how they were playing brother and sister, like literally that same year, I think. And then
Oh, okay.
that summer, they're also like a married couple making out and stuff. It's pretty funny.
Holy
Oh,
Lights
yeah,
keep
right,
going
it's
up.
13. So this is
Probably
for
gonna
10.
be Mechagodzilla.
What was that, Matt?
It's probably going to be Mechagodzilla, but I would absolutely shit if it was like Jet Jaguar or Gamera or something like that, because it's just like no one knows who they are, and I would just like love it to just have a moment in the movie where everything's getting all dark and grim, and like it's all been gritty, like slugfest up to this point, and then someone goes, "Thank God, Gamera, he is friend to children," and then a spinning turtle just shows up, or like some dude goes, "I must become Jet Jaguar," and touches his chest, then grows really big.
I was even fucking Power Ranger show up.
Bring me some fucking real deal 60s Japanese Toho shit. in
That'd be
this movie.
crazy. Back in the
That'd be
day, I
fun.
thought that was Ultraman when he like
Yes.
came in. I totally thought that was Ultraman fighting Godzilla. He looked like him. He looked like Ultraman.
No, goddamn.
I'm sure they reused costumes.
Oh yeah, I would.
Yeah. Probably like Roger Corman up in there, where they're just like, "Get off these sets by Tuesday. We need them to make 3 more movies by this weekend."
Hey, kind of a quick fun fact: the tequila I just drank, it's a fresh blue agave.
Oh my goodness.
This motherfucker. I got a question though. Are we? I know we're doing it tonight, and I don't want to. I want to save some time for it, but we got Golden Eggplant award reveals to give away tonight. We promised the people.
Wait, what?
We promised the people there would be tonight.
Wait, what would be tonight? The actual like?
Who promised them? I promised them shit.
Yeah, we did. We said that this would be tonight.
I don't remember that. I don't
Yeah,
recall
hold on.
that.
Hold on. We have an impartial judge, somebody that listens to all the podcasts. Devil Tank.
You remember that?
Did we ever say that we were gonna do the Golden Eggplant reveals on this podcast?
Into January.
I mean, you probably said end of January, sometime in like November, December.
I do recall
Okay.
you guys saying you were going to do it on this episode. I'm just fucking kidding. I just pulled that out of my
I was gonna say I believe Devil Tank more than you.
That's why you're a little G.
Listen here, little G. Yeah.
Ain't no big G.
So we probably should not do any sort of serious talk while we're drinking.
Yeah.
For pay. So, I'm
I
just
thought we were
saying.
doing the reveal, man.
Yeah, I thought we were doing it basically as we normally do, like in early February, literally around the time the Oscars are.
So it's not February. So first of all,
Yeah.
you know, that's next week.
Yeah.
But we could definitely do it next week. I have no problem with doing that. But yeah, let's not do it this episode because I don't want to like slur and fucking sound retarded. Sorry.
If you talking about reading
Shouldn't say retarded.
when I'm sober, yeah, it's really bad when I'm drunk. Maybe
Yeah.
it's better.
I'm pretty
I wanna
sure
set
that
the
Blue
table
is
for
showing
something.
Golden Eggplant if he drinks any more tequila.
Yeah, no, hold on. We should have Blue get drunk and like say really complicated names on the next podcast.
The oldest nigga.
So yesterday there was an incident that occurred, and I'm gonna set the table. and I'm gonna let Prodigy tell the story because Prodigy's a great storyteller or whatever. And you might have to hit the mute button because somebody's gonna interject and try to start blasting his side of the story. But we were playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and we were up by a large amount. Like if this was like a Super Bowl, it'd be like 28-3. The Patriots were like losing or something to the Atlanta Falcons. And there was an incident that occurred where all of a sudden the team that we were going against had all 3 control points, and we made a collective visualization of what was going on, and we're like, yo, we need to take over said point because we are losing. And somebody who was on this podcast was not about the team effort, and they were just about individual Vince Carter dunking on the situation. Prodigy, I want you to take it from here and explain what Old Ninja did to ruin our victory that we had.
Real quick, before he talks, we gotta take another shot because Devil Tank, who's on the fucking podcast, apparently likes torture. So it's all good. Here we go. And in a couple minutes, I have to like actually break the seal. So cheers, gentlemen.
Goddamn. Oh, I just we're not in sync. There's point A, B, and C. Goddammit. B is in the middle. When you're losing, and they control all 3, A, B, and C, you need to take at least 1 or 2 of those points. We had B under control, but we didn't have both C and A. And I said multiple times, maybe like 30 times, we all need to take A. Why don't we go for A? There's very few people at A. Old Ninja proceeds to tell us, let's stay at B, even though we already have B. And me and Stitch are pulling out our goddamn hair because we're like, holy shit, do you not understand the math of you only having a third of the sites means you lose. We're behind, and we're just getting decimated because Old Ninja doesn't understand that 2 out of 3 is more than 1 out of 3.
He was a complete mole in this situation. Like, I thought he was working actively against us. we were up by like 40 points, and I remember, and I saved the gameplay and everything, and I rewatched it again today. I was like, we're up. I saw we were up, but I'm like, we don't have any of the points. We need to take over a point. I was like, so they're going to catch up. No, don't worry about it. We got B. And I was like, okay, that's 1/3 of the points that we need to take over. So they are going to eventually trickle down our lead and surpass us. I got B. That's all he kept saying was, I got B.
The quote was, we got 50% because we have B.
Yes.
Old Ninja's math skills are the most retarded thing I've ever fucking experienced in my life. If you don't understand that having 1/3 is less than 50% by a huge margin, then I don't understand what we're even talking about.
I said on my gameplay, I was like, there are 3 points, so there is no physical way we can have 50% of it, no matter if we have 2/3 of it or 1/3 of it. We can't accumulate 50% of the points at this point. It's either we're losing points or we're gaining points if there's only 3 control points. He wasn't trying to hear this. He was just like, I got B. We don't need A.
It's the equivalent of this. It's the equivalent of this. Obviously me and Stitch love basketball, but it's like doing a windmill fucking 360 dunk when your team is down by 4 points, and you need a fucking 3-pointer. And you're just fucking doing these highlight reel dunks, flashy and flexing, and everybody's looking at you like, what the fuck is going on with your dumb ass?
Just for morale, man.
Yeah, exactly.
So, are y'all done? So now I can speak, because there's your side, my side, and there's the truth.
Hold on, get in Gian.
Ninja, I just want to know, like, who was the girl on the opposite team you were simping for?
She wasn't actually online. So,
so he's always bigger than 2.
Yeah, no. So what happened was, we were in the process of taking B. So I told them I'm on my way to B. I'm gonna go get B, and they're like, no, we need to take A. I'm like, well, we're already behind. In order for us to catch up, we need to have 2 points, and that's when I said we have half of what we need, because we had 1 point out of the 2 that were necessary. But nobody heard that shit. All they heard, like, oh, there's 3 points. I'm like, yeah, we need 2 to at least catch up. We're already behind. In order to get, we were winning up until we fell behind. Obviously, we were behind at that point. They had all 3 points. We lost. They had all 3 points. We needed to take 2 to at least come back or get a draw. So I'm like, well, we have half of that done because we just took B. Everyone else is yelling and screaming. I'm like, dude, what the hell is happening? They're like, no, we need to take A. I'm all, yeah, but y'all are dying at A. I mean, if we can take at least 1 more, we already got halfway through, but apparently that didn't come through, so
we have Eric, a financial guru, a stock guru man, a man who understands numbers. Is 2 out of 3 bigger than 1 out of 3? That's what I want to know, because maybe I went to a special school, the short bus.
I was saying we needed to take 2 out of the 3.
Let him answer.
Well, because I shop at the 99-cent store, I guess you can call me somewhat of a financial privilege.
Let me get my abacus. Hold on.
I got my sundial.
Wait, hold on. Is that abacus the one I gave you? I want that back, by the way.
There's no Common Core math in the 1800s.
Yeah, Old Ninja is old. Old Ninja is fucking old. God damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they even take our land, they don't win. That's the principle.
God damn it. Okay. Actually, I got a quick question for Gian. I was going to ask real quickly.
Oh no, it's lowercase G. He doesn't have a name anymore. He has a fucking C.
Lowercase
G. That's his name.
Little G.
He doesn't have a fucking face.
You've been obviously inside the you've been in the LA area in the film industry for quite a while, doing a whole bunch of stuff. I wanted to, I guess, just get your take on where we are right now with the fact that the pandemic's been going on for a fucking year, and our theaters and quote unquote Hollywood gonna survive, or when do you see things opening back up.
I heard Gian. I'm sorry, lowercase G was a film guy in the porn industry. He has a really good skills of the close-up asshole shots. Is what he does.
Pornhub still make a lot of money.
Yeah, they do. They have not stopped. Wait, little G for your answer. So the Swedish had asked me like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, what's going on? Like, how come you keep screaming and run out of the room?" And I told her that I finished the habanero tequila, and she was like, "You mean that 10-year-old bottle of fucking tequila and you finished that shit?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like,
"What is wrong with you?"
She was like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" Okay, sorry, little G.
Just real quick before we completely forget about it, I'm showing you the score when we had the lead, 160 to 125. We lost the game, 170 to 200. So
what the fuck?
Old Ninja is full of shit with his math.
How am I full of shit?
This is
You guys wrote it down.
I see that.
He brought receipts. He brought receipts.
Yeah, what receipt? What does it show? It shows that I said we had the lead, but they beat us.
Fucking shit.
With game performance like that, you should be playing for Cleveland.
Gian, jump in here. Jump in. Hold on.
No. What game are you guys playing? What game are you guys playing?
It was Modern Warfare. Gian.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Hollywood ain't going nowhere. Like productions have never. They stopped for like a couple months there, but come May, June, once they were able to pay for tests, they went right back at it. Like I actually acted for the first time in 10 years. I was in the Apple commercial, the new iPhone commercial, and it was full bore. It was like, and everything was locked down too. Like they made me take a test 3 days before the shoot. They made me take a PCR the day of, like one of the 15-minute tests.
Did they swab the inside of your pee-pee?
No, my asshole. Because according to China, that's more accurate.
Okay.
But no, like once they realized how much money they were losing, they're right back at it. So everything is back up and running. The movie theaters, that's a different story, you know. And that's something that's going to be interesting going forward. You know, I mean, we've seen success with the Troll movie, you know, but then Mulan didn't do too well, you know.
Because of China, yeah.
Say what you will about Wonder Woman. I mean, I don't know how many people like sub to HBO Max because of Wonder Woman, so I can't really call that a complete fail per se. I know the numbers on it, but you know, Mulan obviously was a train wreck, and I don't know what else has come out, but anything else that's come out on demand hasn't seemed to do all that great either. So who knows? I mean, I feel like you know, once everything opens up, people aren't guaranteed to go back to the theaters either. You know, they're still gonna be, some people are gonna be scared, and other people, as we see, don't give a flying fuck. So they're gonna do whatever.
I haven't had a good experience in a theater outside of like a festival or some kind of event thing in the last decade anyway. Like every time I go to just like a regular ass movie in the theater, there's always some asshole on their phone, someone talking, some person who's like, "Who's that guy? Where's he from?"
I mean, this is real. I mean, we've been slowly moving towards that. Not even slowly, like since HD TVs came out, since Netflix started doing streaming, you know, direct to the house. Like, the only reason why people were going to theaters was to see the big spectacle films. That's why we started seeing more and more tentpole films being put out, and less like, you know, mid-major type films. So the budgetary, it's either like super low budget, like horror films that make tons of money because the profit margins are so like huge, or the big, huge, you know, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, etc. type films. And everything else in between kind of disappeared and gone more to like direct to video, if you haven't noticed. So, I mean, it's already been kind of dying to death. It's death. You know, there's purists out there, like, you know, like my partner Daniels is Mr. Big Time, like.
Hold on, Gian, you're gay?
Yes.
I mean,
this whole time, I thought you guys knew, and now we're playing games. But no, like he's a big like purist, like going. You know, we've had arguments for years about digital versus actual film, Like I'm at the point where the digital cameras have gotten so good I can't even tell the difference. You know, but there's definitely that one fucking fart sniffing asshole out there who'll tell you they can tell. But that being said, I'm just saying, like we've been moving more towards home theaters the past few years with HD. You know, you can go to 7-Eleven and buy a 70-inch fucking LCD for $100. You know what I mean?
Basically,
You know, that's what it feels like, anyways. So, like, yeah, I mean, productions are fine. I don't know about movie theaters. I guess that's my final answer.
No, I mean,
I like that you brought up that subject about how, like, you know, the home, like, a lot of people, you can go down to your local Walmart right now and buy a fucking 4K TV for like $300 and mount this to your wall and buy like a really decent sound system. Like as far as movie theaters go, like, you know, it's more of an experience than it is like cutting edge technology now, because like people like you can buy an 8K TV for fucking like $3,000 and have that same fucking experience that you would have in a fucking theater. So, like, you know, having just a quick little fucking 4K TV watching a movie with a decent fucking surround sound, you will save a whole bunch of money if you like. If you're a family of like, say if you're a family of 3, so if you have your wife, your kid, and you, and here in California, to go to a movie, it's like at least $16 a person. So that's already right there, like, what, $42, right? Yeah, so you're already paying $42 to go to a movie. And if a movie comes out and you can watch it from home for like fucking $30, you're already saving fucking money. But then, like, you're not paying for like popcorn and like hot dogs and soda and this and that.
A reach around.
Right there, a reach around. Yeah, that sounds like another like.
These are great points, Blue, and I mean, not only that, but Stitch got a baby now. You got a baby on the way. Once that was your baby born?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
That'll come out later.
Dick. But you know what I'm saying, like I had my son 3.5 years ago, or going on 4 years now. And yeah, we couldn't go to the theater.
I like how you can do
anymore.
math. 3 going on 4. That's a good job. Lowercase G.
Right now with the theaters, it's all about the theaters being an experience, though.
But here's the
Those
thing.
theater systems
But
an
I'm saying,
experience.
like, yeah, if you tell me $30, at $30, I can watch it at home. I can fucking pause it. You know, my baby's fussing. I can put him down.
But wait, you can wind it because the wife is like, oh wait, what the fuck's going on? It's like, do you not fucking see what the fuck?
Oh, dude, I mean, my wife right now, bro, she asks so many fucking questions.
Oh, God.
She asks, like, what's going to happen next? And, like, this is my first time watching it, too, sweetheart. You know, but...
Yeah, no, I mean, this is, like, similar with, like, a lot of people. Honestly, I've been calling this, like, before the pandemic even started, I was saying that I would gladly pay $30 to watch a movie at home than to go to the theater. Don't get me wrong, I love going to the theater. I love movie theater popcorn, like a lot. But once you become a parent, like, you want to go out and watch movies, but it's like at the same time, it's like you only have so many opportunities to watch a movie as a parent, and it's like it's either get a babysitter or you don't watch it, you know. So, and I think it's great that the pandemic sucks, but I think going forward, the fact that we have the option to watch movies at home, because if you have, you know, a decent amount of income, you have, like, you can replicate the movie theater experience at your house. You really can.
Yeah.
Except for the
Doesn't
popcorn.
even take a lot of money.
No, yeah, it really doesn't.
Here's the thing. I love going to movie theaters. Like,
hold
some of my
Devil Take a
earliest
Show
memories
too.
are being in movie theaters. And yeah, see, I got I got a 135-inch screen in my bedroom. Because I could just take a wall and cover it up with a screen that cost me $45.
Well, you can't see it, but yeah.
And then I can get a projector at Walmart for $70 that does 1080p. And if it's not 1080p, I mean, it's close enough. I used to go to the drive-in, so I'm used to the picture not being exactly perfect. So, but anyway,
it's funny.
I got a Bluetooth projector, and I can hook it up to my Plex, which is free to make a media server. And I can hook a Chromecast up to it, and I watch movies every weekend. Like, what I would be doing tonight if I wasn't doing this is I would be watching a double feature of 80s horror movies in my theater with trailers and with movie theater popcorn, just made in a popcorn maker with some toppings. And I have an 8-seat movie theater I can just put up for my friends. So
I would.
Yeah,
it cost me like $200.
Holy shit.
I just put a 5.2 surround sound system in.
Blue.
Blue,
like
you're all
200.
fucked up.
So
Blue's
I'm
in the
all
Matrix.
Like $400 into my home theater.
Yeah, I totally agree. Blue, you're in the Matrix. Please restart your feed. Yeah, there we go. Jesus fucking Christ. Please stop your fucking shit. I have to like mute all you guys for a minute. It's gonna be just me talking for like the next 30 seconds until I see Blue drop or I eject him, which I'm gonna try to do now. Because there we go. All right, I removed him from the meeting and I'm not gonna follow you for abuse, but there we go. All right, the rest of you guys can talk now.
I think his tequila just blew up the system.
Yeah, he broke the Matrix.
I would be interested to see if there was a breakdown in like the demographics and in terms of like where people are, I guess, streaming these movies and everything.
No, I mean,
I heard like an interesting point somewhere. Huh?
Go ahead. No, I'll get my thoughts.
I mean, we all live. I mean, I know us and the MBTI crew, and then Mr. X and Gian. We live in a sort of modern area of the country, as say. But
look at this fucking asshole.
Might be
yes,
like,
a Devil Tank. Please laugh at him. It's all good.
Keep going.
Keep going.
What
but-
is this fancy box, y'all?
Everyone else is a third world country.
I don't mean it as a. I don't mean it as like a third world country, but like for people like that are in like let's say like Kansas, Missouri, Illinois,
Ohio,
or whatever. Like
Ohio, go ahead.
Well,
Utah.
Certain,
you know.
certain parts of Ohio, Utah,
Where
whatever.
I live, Cronus has been here. He knows. Where
Yeah,
I live is like backwoods as backwoods gets, man.
Well, I don't.
Horse-drawn carriages and shit.
I don't
Dude.
know because I haven't lived there, so I don't know in terms of like the pecking order of like, yeah, I'm going to invest money into a home entertainment system versus like if they're a farming. Yeah, so I don't know. So like Matt,
My local gas station, sometimes you can't park because of the Amish people.
Jesus Christ.
like Matt.
Am I back in the chat?
Yeah, Matt. Like I know
You're asking the wrong person.
Are like a nerd and everything, and you've invested into like an entertainment system and stuff like that because that's who you are
Because
and
I
everything.
fear
But
the
like,
outside.
well, yeah, but I'm like,
So when Stitch moved here from Louisiana, he discovered electricity.
Holy
I
shit.
just think that we might be teetering on like an elitism, and because a lot of other places don't have high-speed fucking internet like we do here in the Bay or in major cities and stuff like that. Or I'm serious.
No. Sorry, Stitch. You're right. I'm sorry. I was criticizing you kind of. Hold on, lowercase g. You're very low, like your G. Say it again.
Lafayette, Louisiana has faster internet than fucking the Bay and LA does. And the middle of nowhere, Indiana has Google Fiber as well. Like, so let's not, they might be hillbillies, but they got faster internet than we do.
No, but it's hold on. So it's few and far. So with that aspect, it's few and far between. They do those fiber experiments in those places because they have low users, and that's like just a fact. Anyway, Devil Tank can tell you from living in both you and your wife are from California, and you moved to Utah, and you guys basically are. If the apocalypse happen, you're the closest to me where I'd be comfortable with going to, because you're in Utah and you know what the fuck's going on, and you guys are not tech dummies by any stretch of the means. Like, you guys have modern everything. Turn your camera around again so everybody can see. Like, he has the full experience going on. Like, he's not fucking dumb. He's in probably his basement. I'm assuming. It's your basement, right?
Yes, man cave.
Yeah.
That's his Mormon second living room.
Yeah.
Wait,
basically.
So
Well,
Caveman,
and
Caveman,
The other way.
quick, Cakeman in the chat has said like the whole reason for the whole movies experience is to get away from the fucking kids. So yeah, I can understand why we need to have movie theaters still around because there's certain movies that kids shouldn't see. Like so, for example, Deadpool. Deadpool's an R-rated movie. I mean, if you're a prodigy, you might let your kid watch it, but like
kids go to fucking sleep. I mean that's kids.
Let them watch it.
Kids go to sleep. Anyway, Double Tank. Like, what are your thoughts on this whole this whole situation that we were just talking about? Like,
yeah, I did have some good thoughts, and I did want to give you props because you were talking about this a lot before the pandemic. And me and my family, we like to go out. We like to go out to the movies. It's our chance to just get out of the house. But honestly, since the pandemic's happened, we usually watch all major shows here in the theater. But like when we watched Wonder Woman during Christmas, it was a movie theater experience. I mean, we've kind of got used to being down here watching all these new movies coming out, and it's been a pretty good experience. I haven't missed going to the movie theaters at all, not one bit. And I didn't think a year ago that I would ever say that. So when you originally had talked about it, I kind of scoffed at the idea because me and my family liked going out to the theater. But like, I don't know, I just haven't missed it. Especially like this whole year, this next year with HBO Max pushing out Dune, Godzilla versus King Kong, all the new movies coming out, Matrix 4, we're gonna be watching right down here in our theater room, and I don't know if I'm gonna miss going to see it in the big screen at all. Because for me, it doesn't really change. It still feels like we're in the movies.
Yeah. So hold on, real quick, Matt. Before you talk, I'm very sorry. I have to give a quick caveat. Okay. What Devil Tank is talking about not missing the experience? It's because it's not elitist, but it's like we can afford to experience we can replicate the experience of a movie theater at home. But there are those out there that can't, and I totally understand that. But for like people that are at a certain level, like I don't really give a shit that I have to watch a movie at home. Oh no, like I already get Atmos at home. I have a 4K TV at home. Like it's not a huge deal. But also I used to be a fucking pirate. If I was a pirate, I wouldn't give a shit either. Like I could just download it and watch it on my fucking laptop or my phone. I don't really give a shit. Anyway, Matt, go ahead.
A pirate, like a patch pirate?
No, Ninja, why did you even? You terrible fucking asshole. Matt, go ahead.
I have a home theater I'm very proud of. I totally put the whole thing together for under $400 by just, shopping floor model surround sound systems, picking up the cheapest 1080p projector, putting it at the proper distance, hanging a screen. I did it all by myself. It's literally an under $400 investment to have it. Plex is a free service. I have a Chromecast. Those are cheap things. I literally can run customized shows that are like better than a show I'm going to go see at a movie theater, where I love the experience, especially of the drive-in. I grew up going to drive-ins, and so like that whole night at the movies experience that a drive-in gets you with like, concession stand reels and like the little like PSAs and advertisements for local things. Like you can find or buy collections of those things online. I know I paid like $15 for like one that was like 4 hours long, and I just snipped it up in my editing software. And I know a lot of people won't do that, but what I'm getting at is that I can run a great custom experience, and I can have at least like a dozen people in my home theater to watch stuff when things are safe again. But beyond that, I live in the middle of fucking nowhere, Ohio, and I know easily 5 people with similar setups.
Yeah.
Like, just in my circle of friends, people who, like, it's not like we met because of a mutual interest in things. I would just go over to their house for, like, hey, we're going to go to my friend, Marty's house for game night. And then you go to Marty's house, and it's like, oh, that's a nice home theater, dude. And then you get to talking, and just so many people I know have invested in that kind of thing before the pandemic,
But what sucks is like during the pandemic, it's like it's harder.
Check his generator first, though.
What's kind of interesting is that like if you think of like TV shows is with TV shows that are going out, like they're going on right now, like there's like commercials and ads like that. That's basically how they generate the revenue. But like with movies, like it's like, with movies right now, like it's so like the whole reason why I actually subscribed to HBO Max was just because of Wonder Woman 84 that came out. But then so once Wonder Woman 84 came out, they were like, oh, we got the little things that came out, which is a movie with Denzel Washington and the guy who plays fucking
Jared Leto.
Mr. Robot. No, the guy from fucking Jared Leto. Fucking that dude. The guy who plays from Mr. Robot.
Rami Malek. Yeah.
I was like, okay, we're gonna keep this for another month. Like they're literally like you gotta keep that person interested in keeping that subscription because with Netflix, they're doing a new fucking movie every month or no every week. There's a movie that they're releasing, and with HBO, they're like, okay, we got fucking King Kong versus Godzilla coming out. We got fucking the little things. We got this and that and this and that. Like there's you need to make sure that people will be interested in keeping that subscription. And I mean, because right now, like before, it would be like, okay, I subscribe to this service, and okay, the month lapsed, and you're like, oh shit, I forgot to cancel. Okay, I'll pay next month. And like literally, that's literally how like a lot of companies are banking on their whole system like that. But if you have content that's like people are like, oh shit, this is coming out. Okay, I gotta get my subscription. That's literally how I've been. Because like I literally got Wonder Woman. I got HBO Max because of Wonder Woman. But then this movie came out, and this movie came out, and this movie came out. So I feel like if studios keep that momentum going, because right now HBO Max have like fucking DC content on their register. So like we have like
Radar.
Fucking Harley Quinn.
We got Harley Quinn. We got fucking Titans on there, which I'm like, fuck Titans. But if they keep it like constant, like they keep the new shit coming, I don't see. Basically, HBO Max can become the new Netflix. For Netflix, you're constantly getting new content. But HBO Max is like, okay, you get new content, but you get not new content that's not coming to the fucking theater.
Disney Plus is doing it with the Marvel content. They have Marvel content coming out for the next year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Disney's doing that shit. But no, so the thing with Disney is that they're not doing it for their movie franchise though. They're just doing it for like their series, the TV series.
So
we'll see.
No, it's the movies too, because Onward and a couple of movies came out as well. Mulan was another one.
All right.
One last thought on movie theaters though. I don't want movie theaters to shut down, and I just want to say that. Like, although I can replicate the experience, I definitely don't want them to shut down. But I'm totally fine with them not with like the idea that not everything has to come out in theaters, or that theaters are somehow like they should be special event things. Like,
yeah,
every year I go down to Columbus for a 24-hour horror movie festival, or except for obviously the last few years, but I would go down there for that. And I've met some of the greatest people ever there, and that is the kind of theater experience I really enjoy, where it's like, hey, we're like 100 people crammed into a tiny like old theater watching just back-to-back horror movies, and every time there's a break, we're all just meeting and talking about what we thought and stuff like that. And it's a communal experience, which kind of goes back to what I was saying about the drive-in, where it's like everybody's, in my drive-in hometown, there's only one screen, so everybody's watching the same movie. And then you had the 10-minute intermission. So I love the idea of movie theaters existing for like more event type things. Release the movie and charge us money for it online, but then like have a premium ticket prices for like an entire event. Retrofit your theater so that I'm getting like a meal and like swag and stuff like that in addition to seeing the movie.
So
that's the thing you do as sort of almost like a status symbol or something you save up for, like a concert.
I did the meme stock thing today. I actually bought AMC stock today, even though I understand that I'm basically throwing. Devil Tongue is laughing at me, which is fine because like logically from his point of view, I'm basically throwing money away, and I'm fine with that. I threw money away towards AMC stock, but it's a meme stock. And I also understand that at some point there will be a winner in the the experience of like watching movies in a theater. There will be a theater, like whatever company they're gonna win, whether it's Century or AMC or Regal or whatever. One of them is gonna win. So if it's AMC, I'll be happy. I fucking doubt it, but we will see. If it happens, I'll be very happy though.
Kind of piggybacking off sort of what
You
Matt
gotta-
said. Like it'd be interesting to see if for you to get so like we watch a fight event, like a fight event on demand is like what, like $6,
$30 million.
something like that.
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
No, basically. But no, so like if you want to be able to watch a movie from home, like there should be like a premium for that. Like for movie tickets here in California, like the minimum is like I said earlier, like $15. Like if you can watch a movie at home and pay like 20, 25, even like $30 for a family of like three, like
This is what I said back in the day. Yeah.
You're saving fucking money basically. Like they need to like look into the avenue like, okay, if somebody's willing to pay $30 to watch this fucking movie, I mean like yeah, you can have like I can have the whole podcast or the crew to come over and we can watch the whole goddamn movie, but like it's not the same fucking experience. Like I would say like the last movie I saw multiple times in the theaters was probably Endgame, which is like probably like the #1 highest rated movie on record right now. But like I don't know, I just think like theaters need to take a look at technology nowadays and like okay, AMC, Alta, and this and that, like yeah, we can pay the money for showing the movie, but we can just shoot that shit ourselves and like make profit that way.
All right, gents.
So
hold on. Before you talk on it, I'm very sorry, even though that Prodigy is not back yet. But we have another request for our shots. Lawrence.
Oh, no shit.
Lawrence, thank you for donating to us. We will take another shot.
Shit. Thank you, Big B. He's actually an old friend of mine, but thank you, Lawrence.
Oh damn.
I just switched
for you, Big B.
Well, I was just gonna mention that if you're buying stock in movie theaters, hoping to figure out which one's gonna come out on top, pay attention to which ones have signed exclusive deals with studios, because that's starting to happen too. You know.
Yeah.
You know, so we're going.
Gian, what's your? I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was gonna ask. I didn't mean to cut you off. What's your thoughts on like? Because I think Christopher Nolan came out and said like, "Yo, I'm not working with like Warner Brothers because they're doing that or whatever." So what's your thoughts on like these directors that are all of a sudden are just like, "Yo, I'm not getting down with the new times or whatever. I'm just trying to be sort of stubborn in my own ways."
I mean, to be completely honest with you, that goes right in line with the fart sniffer comment I made earlier. You got these guys that are purists, and you're like, more vision needs to be seen on the big screen. Type of, that's Christopher Nolan.
And they make more money.
And they make more money. That's the other part too. But but that's part of it. The French guy that directed Dune, he's pissed off because that dude is a legit like the ultimate fart sniffer. I did not like this Blade Runner sequel. I thought it was pretentious. I thought the other movie where the squid aliens came and taught people sign language, whatever, I can't even remember what it's called. Like that movie, like I was like, dude, did you guys watch the same movie I did? It was two fucking squid, like, fucking putting Rorschach fucking blots.
You don't like the Navy?
I'm just saying, I think the guy's overrated as shit. And I mean, his movies don't really make that much money either. So it's like, why do you guys keep like letting this guy get
lowercase G, how much money do you make? I'm just saying.
Damn.
Talking shit when he gets drunk.
I am. I ain't drunk yet. I'm getting there though. I definitely am.
I'm just saying, like I understand why they're upset, but at the same time, it's like, at least you're working. At least you got paid already, and you're still gonna get to make other films, And also, we're in a fucking pandemic. You know what I mean? The only reason why they put Christopher Nolan's movie out the way they did was because contractually they had to. So they found the fucking 5 theaters that were open on the planet Earth during the pandemic to make sure that he wasn't able to sue them later. But it's like, dude, like, shit happens. You gotta kind of accept it. You know, nobody knew how bad this thing was. We still don't know the long-term repercussions of it. You know, but you know, you gotta kind of, I don't know. I mean, I feel like you guys feel the same way. Like we're in a global fucking pandemic. You know, like just fucking relax.
Yeah, my question for Devil Tank and Matt from Prereg. I think Matt might have touched on this earlier, but the trailers play a part in you going out. So that way, when you're going out, you get to be like, oh, I get to see what's coming out, you know, later on in the season, like big summer movies, what's coming out in the winter, like the Oscars stuff coming out. Is any of that play a part when you go out? Are you excited to go out and go see these things, or does it matter?
No, because I can watch a trailer on my phone in the car before I go in. Like that's the thing. When I run trailers with my movies, with the movie stuff I do at home, they're always trailers that kind of like help kind of put you in the mood for the movie you're about to watch. You know, so it's like it's more of like in chef terminology, it's like they're amuse bouches for like your movie going experience. Like if we're about to watch, you know, Friday the 13th and you know, Halloween on Halloween just for like a slasher movie classics kind of thing, I'll throw weird stuff in there that'll just be fun and kind of put you in the mood for 80s slasher movies, like trailers for Blood Rage or, you know, X-Ray or, you know, Edge of the Axe or some other kind of random just stuff that might, like, you might not even want to watch the movie ever in your life, but it's just a fun trailer. So, like, the movie, like, that's why I say, like, the theater experience means nothing to me. Like as a solo moviegoer, like when me and Becky go see a movie on a date, most of the time we leave going, man, it was a good movie, but it sucked that we had that dude behind us or those kids in front of us or something like that. It's not like when we go to like a film festival or some other kind of event at a theater where everyone's kind of there to enjoy the movie on the same level together, or everyone is kind of like there to kind of respect everyone else's viewing experience. You know, like especially in my area, people go to movies because there's nothing else to do. So like people just go to a movie to sit in a place for 2 hours. They don't really care about what movie they're seeing. Like my grandpa, before he died, he's like, he went to see movies every single day because he was retired. His wife was gone. He didn't have anything he really wanted to do or needed to do, and it was just like, yeah, I'll just go sit in the theater and watch movies all day. Like just come out one movie after the other, just buy a ticket and see everything. Like it wasn't. What's up?
I think your grandpa did a movie hop because like once you pass that ticket style, you fucking just go from one movie to the next to the next to the next to the next.
No, because my grandpa would probably want to talk to the ticket person about the movie he just watched. You know.
Nice.
So
like problems.
But he's just, you know, my grandpa is just that kind of old dude. And so he would go see movies all the time. But like in terms of the younger kids who go, or the youth who go see movies, the scary youths, they're just there because there's literally nothing else to do in our area.
Devil Tank, the trailers play a part in you going out with the whole fam or whatnot, so the kids get excited about what's coming out, anything like that.
I think it used to, I would say like 20 years ago, 15 years ago, but we live in a different age now, where I have enough nerd friends that, at least on Facebook, where I'll see the latest trailer the moment that it gets posted. I mean, it's the moment that King Kong versus Godzilla came out, or Godzilla versus King Kong came out, the trailer, it was already on Facebook. It's like, oh crap, look at this trailer, it came out. The Dune trailer, the Matrix 4 trailer, all that stuff or teasers that came out, we could see it right away. So I don't get too excited over trailers anymore because I've already seen them. By the time I get to the theater, I've already seen that trailer.
So, sorry, I just like, how many kids do you have right now?
I have two, 16 and 19.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, they're like adults. Yeah, they're almost out.
Yeah, they're running shit.
I would be like, fuck your kids, but your kids probably will fuck you up. No.
Where we live, where Mr. X, myself, Prodigy, Stitch, and Blue, we
Modern Air.
yeah, District 5, I think, is what we're in or whatnot. But I don't know if Matt and Devil Tank have these, but there's theaters that we kind of recently got. I mean, recently as in like 6-7 years. The Alamo House, where they decorate the outside of the theater to the theme of the movie you're about to watch,
That's how you
and
know
they
you're old
produce.
when something 10 years ago was just like a few days ago.
Yeah. And then they also do their own like private trailers. They actually have the employees film a trailer for like the film you're about to see, or films are about to come out. So it's like they are the cast. They give you like this weird, like kind of honest trailers type deal where you can watch it. Do you guys have any of that stuff out there where you're at?
I mean, speaking for myself, no. Our theaters are concrete buildings with like 4 to 6 screens, and there's like 2 employees there.
Oh goddamn! Oh, also this place they take your order because they have like dinner trays. They take your order and then they bring your food like maybe halfway through like the film. They come by. And
Most
they,
of
like,
America isn't like that.
Well, no, that's what I'm asking. I don't know if they have that there, but I mean, for a while we didn't have that either. I experienced that when I went to Texas, and then they brought one of those to San Francisco. So, and then now there's another place that's like
several years ago. They built they built like a brand new theater in our local town, which is stupid because my local hometown has the oldest theater in Ohio in it. It's just a single screen theater, but it is gorgeous Art Deco theater. And they built this ugly ass multiplex out behind the Bob Evans, and they built it. It's super nice looking, but I have never seen a single person working in the actual ticket booth because it's such a waste of money and stuff. Like you just walk in and there's a sign that is permanently at the ticket booth that they built that says buy tickets at concession stand, and there is one person at the concession stand. Who is buying your tickets, filling your snack orders, and then there's one person running around making sure that the projectors are turning on when they're supposed to. So I mean, it's a really impersonal thing anyway.
I will say the one thing I do miss the most about theaters, like at least the one that we go to, is like we have full recliner seats. Every single theater that's in this whole area, I mean, like 7, 8 different type of theater. You cannot just walk into the theater and just get a seat. Everything's assigned. And since they're assigned, there's nice seats and recliner and everything. But the one thing I do miss is being able to take orders. Because the place that we go to, we can completely get our order as we're getting our tickets. I can buy my food, buy everything, and then just go straight to our seats, and then they just bring everything to us.
Oh my god!
Take anything with me or anything.
Hold on, hold on, wait, Blue. So what Devil Tank is talking about is like it's the overseas experience. That's what you're talking about. Like when you go overseas, like you get like full service. Like I've been to so many other places. Like back in the fucking 2002
years ago.
Yeah, like seriously, in 2002, I would pick when I went to like Singapore. You would pick out like your seat, and then you would order your food, and then you would sit down and like get all the shit that you wanted. And in America, like we're like so far behind, which is very strange to me, that in 2021, you know, or even 2019, back before all this shit first started, that you couldn't get the same experience. But we like America really made like this whole cinematic experience happen, but we're so far behind with like the cinematic experience, and it's like it's really fucked up. And I think most Americans don't even realize it, that the rest of the world gives a better cinematic experience than America does. Anyway, y'all go ahead.
So to piggyback what Carl was saying, I was like, so when I went to Japan like 11 years ago, when you buy your tickets, like it's literally like you're buying your fucking seat to a fucking musical concert. So like, okay, this seat's available. What seat do you want? And you choose your seat. But once you're in it, so say if you're a couple, you can choose couple seats. So there's like couple seats where you get a better view if you're a couple or something like that. And it's just literally you and your couple. Like there's like walls that would block you off from everybody else. So you're literally watching the movie by yourself, in aspect. But like if you want to order food, like there's like a little panel next to you. If you want popcorn, if you want more drinks, if you want food, you literally push this button, and a concierge basically would come over to where you are and would ask you, oh, and they won't fucking stand. They will like hunch down to get down and ask you like, what would you like? So they're not disturbing the other people. Like literally, I feel like so when I went to Japan, I watched Memoirs of a Geisha, and I cannot remember ever seeing anybody in that theater just because it's so fucking private, and like the whole experience was like, it's just me and the girl I was dating at the time. Like, literally, like, if American movie theaters are on that, they're close to that level because like you can drink now, and you have like your seats, you get recliner and stuff like that. But like it there's just something that Japan had that we don't have here, which is that just make it fucking epic. Like I want to be able to order a fucking sub pizza or king size supreme pizza and have it fucking brought to me. I think that's what American movie theaters are missing.
If I had money, the first thing I would do is I would buy my local theater, the oldest theater in Ohio, and I would buy the Town and Country, and then I would buy our local drive-in, and I would just put kitchens in them, and I would make it a thing where it's like you're getting like class A food, and I would probably do it more like a tasting experience where like you're coming to watch like a double feature or something, and like the menu is tailored to the movie. And I would try to give it some kind of gimmick to make it something that would give it a reason to leave your house and not just watch the same movie at home.
Matt, hold on, real quick, Matt, if I ever came upon a bunch of money, I would hire you to like come to California and like make your actual whatever gym you wanted to. Because seriously, like you were on, what was the name of that show? The Great American. Say the rest of it.
Food truck race.
There we go. The Great Food Truck Race, and you did a really good job. And
thank you.
Like your cooking is excellent. Like I came up to go see you. I say up because you're north of me, but you're a really good.
We're
chef.
North Coast.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, man. No, that's the thing that has been really weighing on me over the past few months. Not to bring too much of a downer to things, but just like. I really don't know what I'm supposed to do with myself now that I can't really cook for a living because my back can't do it and I have no experience in other things. So it's very hard to get a job, especially when I live in the middle of fucking nowhere, Ohio, where they're basically like, desk jobs is women's work.
Women's work.
Where's Becky? Where's
What's
Becky?
that? Beccky's, I don't know, probably doing something in her room. I don't know.
Hold on, call her, please.
Right?
Call Becky.
Yeah,
Summon her.
Becky
Summon Becky.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. I will try to summon K-Mac.
She's
you
like,
gotta be like the meatloaf.
With my phone because we're on different.
Now.
Yeah.
That's all bad. So Matt,
I don't know.
just a suggestion, but OnlyFans is available to you.
I know, it's about to happen.
There you go. If Prodigy can be selling his whack ass calendars, there you go.
My dad,
I will say,
I had a conversation with my dad recently where I was talking about losing my disability, and he was like, "Well, I mean, I guess you're just gonna have to get a job." I'm like, "Doing what?" He's like, "I don't know." I was like, "Okay, what would you do in my situation?" He goes, "Well, I wouldn't be on disability." I was like, "But you're disabled in this situation." He's like, "Well, I'd be working." All right, well then your back would be constantly hurting until you could no longer stand up, and once you can't stand up, you're kind of fucked. And like, and my dad's just like, "Well, I'd be living on a lot more money, I can tell you that." It's like, how? You're disabled and you have disability. Like, it's just that kind of like small town mentality where my dad's like, you got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. It's like, I don't have legs.
Helicopter that dick and do the jack off vids on OnlyFans, and everybody's gonna get paid. Come on now.
Yeah, everybody gets paid. As long as Bella Thorne doesn't post.
OnlyFans is just like everybody's saying, where are the like mid-30s balding fat guys with scars?
Wait, did you mean literally nobody? Was that for that?
There's a market for that.
I like how when you think of OnlyFans, you just think of titties, ass, and pussy fucking hang out.
Look
Blah,
at
blah.
that scar.
But like we don't think so. For this podcast, if we did OnlyFans, we're like, okay, you only do a podcast doing OnlyFans. We're like, okay, is Blue going to be shaking his ass like he normally does? I'm like, no, that's not how it works.
Well, hey,
I will say I always constantly reach out to Matt whenever I have like any sort of cooking question, and he can testify to it or whatever. Because I think I put out there like I had a fear of cooking scallops for the longest time because it's just like they're expensive. You can fuck them up real easy, but Matt knows his shit, and we've talked many nights, late at night, just about cooking, life, all kinds of other shit. Matt's a good dude. I love Matt.
I love you guys too, and I want to cook. I want to cook for you guys. Like that is like a thing on my bucket list. I always say to Becky, like, "We need to go out there so I can cook a meal for those fucking guys."
you cooked for me. It was great. I'm just saying, nom. He's really good.
Cook shit for me.
Hey,
you
should have flown out when he was having issues. I'm just saying. I did with my entire family, and it was an excellent experience.
There is a possibility. There is a possibility I may resort to basically food only fans and have to do a Patreon for recipes or something. I don't know.
Hey, you know what? That might be a vacuum that's out there right now.
What were we gonna say, Gian?
Yes. I gotta get out of here. But you know what? Why don't you start a YouTube cooking channel? You know what I mean? Might as well. You know.
Real quick before you go, I'm going to reach out to you because I did not know you were doing the whole toy reselling business and everything like that. I've been seeing this whole new line of like Transformer action figures coming out, which I think are like mad dope. And I see that there's an Omega Supreme one that like you have to like pre-order. So I'm going to reach out to you, see if you got the hookup on that.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, man, I do have the hookup on that. Actually, hit me up. And yeah, if anybody that's listening, if you guys are toy collectors, follow me on Instagram, Trojan Collectibles. I'm also on Facebook, Trojan Collectibles, TrojanCollectibles.com. And right now, if you send me a message that says hashtag BTMBTI, I'll give you 10% off.
Oh, look at this dude! Damn, little G's fucking coming out. Thank you, man.
All right, but you guys,
appreciate it.
Again. I don't know how long you guys are going. I hope nobody passes out. And God bless. Good night.
Yeah, I'm trying to hang. I'm trying to hang in there.
Don't worry, I'm driving everybody home.
Yeah, on those same lines. Hold on. We have another shot to take. So.
I just took a shot.
Double take.
Oh,
no,
dang.
you gotta do it again. Who took a shot? Who said that?
We did that for Gian leaving. That was me and Prodigy.
Didn't you have to take another one?
Just now.
Well, you have to take another one. Somebody paid for the shot. I'm just saying. Not somebody. The person that's. He's literally sitting there on his fucking laurels. Like laughing right now. He paid for these fucking shots, so take the fucking shot.
All right.
Double tank.
Matt was supposed to go get Becky to prove that she is alive. So we need Matt to go get Becky.
Well, and I'm trying to get K-Mac to come here, but she's like trying to bullshit. I might have to call her my fucking phone, my actual phone.
I was like, "Do you want to be on this?" And she was like, "No. Have you seen me today?" So
we don't know if she's alive or not.
Get the fuck out of here.
This is some Night Stalker type stuff. We don't
Hold
know
on.
if she's alive or not.
Matt, hold on. But no, Matt, hold on. Are you there? Matt, stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
So tell Becky if she comes on, I'll get Kim back on.
What?
Tell Becky if she comes on, I'll get Kim back on.
Okay, I'll tell her.
Wait, you know, if you get
I'm working on it.
I'll get the Venus on.
Really? Fucking for real?
This has never
Hold
been
on.
No.
Prodigy?
No.
Prodigy. This is the ultimate. Are we gonna reunite Earth Goes Are Easy?
Mishka is already in the bed, so that's not happening.
That's not what I asked you. That is not what I asked you. Are we gonna do it?
It is what I've answered. She's already in.
Get the fuck out of here.
Wake her up. He's not coming back. He's
Do I have
gonna
to-
be dead.
Do you need me to
bleeding
call
out.
her on my
Wake
phone?
the angry black woman.
Let's see if I can get Leela.
You want me to call her? Oh, you're fucking scared. Okay. All right. Well, apparently I'm doing this thing live on the
He's talking
podcast.
about Mishka. He's talking
Talking about
about
Mishka.
She's already in the,
Wake
literally,
her
I
ass
told you the
up.
answer, like multiple times out here.
Wake her up.
She is in the bed and not coming
Yeah.
on.
If you wake her up, you know that project be killed. Like that's
Yeah, it's
like
not
murder,
it's
death,
not
kill.
happening for her.
Oh, I'm gonna hold on. I'm calling her literally on the podcast. I'm calling
Oh,
K-Mac
my
on the
goodness.
podcast.
Someone gonna
So
die
if,
tonight.
if she doesn't join, I'll see if the Swedish can show her belly bump or baby bump.
Oh dang, we have some
This will be
firsts on
interesting.
here.
This
It'll
could be
madness,
this could be
but,
disastrous.
I'm not trying to
Baby
watch.
blue.
Potentially.
We get
As much-
baby or both blue.
She's not answering.
I'm really not
so
trying
far.
to watch Prodigy die live on the podcast.
I already told them the answer, but
I'm not gonna die. I'm just saying. I can defend
No,
myself.
but Prodigy
Unlike
will
Prodigy, he doesn't even have. Hold on. Oh, she fucking put me to voicemail. God damn! She's in the next building over from me. She's like right fucking there.
tried to tell you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Let's see.
What is happening right now?
I'll see. Leela went to go deal with the baby, so we'll see if what's going on with the baby. She might make an appearance with Storm.
Wow. All
The
right.
weather witch.
That'll
you
be
guys want to
interesting.
see? You guys want to see Baby Blue's progress? Like, you want to see if Sweden is a bump?
Put it out there.
I'm gonna see if she will bring it out. But what should we bring up?
I would say real quick. Let's just take a moment to just maybe reflect on what it is that we've done. Because we're at our 300th episode.
Oh yeah.
We literally were just bullshitting in a chat or whatever, just like, yo, we should just do a fucking podcast or whatever. And just one thing led to another. Kronos got on it with all the tech and hardware. Prodigy bought some dumb shit that he didn't need to buy.
Golden microphones are important, goddammit.
Fucked up a Twitter.
Stitch was in Louisiana at the time.
He's hey, to be clear, he fucked up 2 Twitter accounts.
Yeah, I didn't know Blue or Old Ninja at the time, and it's just like,
Damn.
look, I always try to tell my friends, like, especially when like I'm at their weddings or whatever, just take a moment to just like take a deep breath and to appreciate what it is that you've done, because the majority of your life you're always spent looking back on shit or looking forward to stuff. Whether it's like when you're a kid, I'm looking forward to getting my driver's license, looking forward to being an adult, I'm looking forward to being 21, etc., and all that shit just passes you by. But it's just like, we have done something which is really cool, that a bunch of friends, all of us, from all over the fucking United States and everything, and especially because we've connected with people that we did not know before we even had this podcast. We met Bunny Man, I met Mr. X, we got Matt from Prereq, something cast, Cake Man. We just the networking that we've done and the legit like great friends that we've grown over the past 5 years, it's just been absolutely amazing. And I mean, just a small golf clap or whatever to everything that everybody on this podcast has done in their own expertise, and it's just really something that like we did work, and we're successful at it, and just take a moment to just breathe it in and be like, yo, we went to fucking Comic-Cons from San Diego to San Francisco, San Jose, and we're just random fucking dudes. We aren't celebrities or anything like that. When with like daddy spoons in their mouth, we put in work, we networked, and we did an amazing thing that we all love doing, and it's just really cool to see what we've accomplished and all the friends that we've made and all the people we've talked to. I got my fucking compound bow signed by Hawkeye. Blue Nichols and everything. It's just we've contacted and talked.
Nichelle Nichols.
Yeah, Nichelle Nichols. I'm sorry. We've just
He's
talked
a little
to and
drunk.
contacted. Yeah, so many people that like we probably would have had no idea we would have ever talked to or interviewed. Ernie Hudson, Ella Darling, just all kinds of people that just were like, why would they know who the fuck we are? But we had put in this work from day one to where we are now, and it's just like it's just awesome to see what we've done and just amazing friends and accomplishments and stories we can tell.
Don't forget, Old Ninja got an STD in WonderCon. You know what I mean?
That was
big
me.
event.
That was you.
That was a big event.
Lost. You the one who parked downtown, not me. I'm just saying. Everybody, welcome to the show. Becky from Prereq Live and direct. I don't think can you hear us, Becky? Are you there?
Yes, I can now. Hi guys.
Hey,
oh my God, it is Becky.
We wanted to do a welfare check on you because we were talking about like murder and homicide and stuff, and we had not seen you yet. And he's like, "Oh,
hi Becky.
She's upstairs. She's upstairs," and we're like, "We need to see her."
Blink twice if you're in danger.
This is the cop coming out. This is the cop coming out. He's like, look, white guy, middle of nowhere, excessive. This is bad for Becky.
No. We love you guys, and I mean, I was going on this whole like tear-filled speech about just how we love all our friends that we've met along the way, all across the fucking country. We love you guys. We love both of you guys. Both of you guys and Joe, you guys are awesome.
We just saw Joe for the first time in a year last week.
Last week, good lord.
For a year? What the fuck?
And we were talking about how like he was like, I need the podcast back, and I was like, yeah, I like half the reason the show just kind of feels more anxiety ridden is because you're not there, and I like you don't realize how much of like I never realized how much Joe really held up that table, you know.
Yeah.
And so it's like it's once he's out there, it's like we're missing a huge element of like our dichotomy. So it's just me saying things and then Becky doing either like the agree thing or disagree thing that she does without Joe adding the layer of insanity that Joe brings.
Yes.
He is Trevor. He is your Trevor from GTA 5. That's what he is.
Yeah.
He does.
He's your blue Black and Black Knight Infinity.
So Joe happens to be listening to this because I do know he puts this on sometimes. We love you, Joe. We miss you. We can't wait for you to be able to safely return to the house and podcast with us.
Especially on this iconic episode for us. We wish you were here, Joe. So hopefully you were able to listen to this whole thing. This is for you right here. Cheers to you, brother.
Cheers.
I hope that rash clears up, Joe. I really do.
Oh, God.
I really do.
Also, I mean, he's on the cast. We haven't given him enough love as Devil Tank. He's new. He's new to the Binhead production family. He's doing a lot of stuff for us behind the scene. We appreciate you coming on here, being with us tonight, celebrating this milestone with us.
Oh my God!
Again,
Hold on. So me and Devil Tank. Go ahead.
I don't know how you listen to the entire fucking babbling and cast and like document, timestamp where the fuck we've said the bullshit that we've said. That takes fucking talent. I don't know how you put up with Old Ninja and his ranting.
I don't rant like you do.
Well, hold on.
No Captain Marvel.
I'll give Devil Tank a chance to respond, but especially the way that we kind of fuck each other over when we're in the Marine Corps. I'm very surprised that you're listening.
Are you even in high school?
Yeah, well, we went to high school together as well, but we have a history together, like beyond high school, that is very interesting. So what made you listen to the podcast, man? We're all interested.
Mostly just because you put it out. You put it out there. I started listening to it, and I liked, like, especially at the very beginning, where you guys go into like shows that I've never even would want. I want to say would want to watch, but even knew were out there. Animes that I didn't know were really out there, that you guys were watching, and I would get interested in. Just little stuff like that. It just became more and more interesting. And I have an hour drive to work, so
oh damn.
Yeah, so I live a little bit farther out in the country versus where Salt Lake City is. Just because I wanted more land. I wanted land, and so I had to be a little bit further out. So I drive about 45 minutes in. So every single day, every single Thursday morning, I would download the podcast and just listen to it on the way to work. And then when I would listen to it on the way home, and it was just part of my day on Thursday. That was just what I did every single time. And when you guys talked about wanting to do timestamps, I was like, well, I'm listening anyways. So the only thing I do is I just sit there and watch it. Mostly been doing YouTube lately, just because it's easier for me. And then I just have my phone, and the moment that you guys change subjects, I just kind of note what time it is. The hardest part is you guys have tangents.
Yeah.
Like, you guys be on a subject, and then you'll just have a tangent, and I was like, wait, did we change subjects? Then you go back to it. So I'm just gonna count it all as whatever the hell the original subject is. And I was like, I'm not gonna try to make 2 minutes of this and then 5 minutes tangent and come back. I think that's the hardest part about it, but I'm already listening. I'm already watching anyway, so it's really not that big of a. It's not that hard for me.
Well, the crazy thing is that I really wanted to come down and see you, and I will not call your wife by her name. I will just say the A word. I wanted to come down and like see you when I was traveling through the country, but I was just like, listen. Once I got down to like where you are from or where you're living now, I was like, listen, I need to just get through back to California, but I'll make it a point at some point in the next probably 5 years to like actually see you, both of you, obviously, because you're both my friends. Because I knew you both as like separate people, and now you're both like a family, which is like it's strange to me, because I don't know, because this is like a whole different subject, but it's really cool that both of you are together now, and you have a family, and you have 3 kids at this point, right?
2 kids.
2.
2? It's 2? All right. Yeah, it's just to me, it's it's fucking awesome that you guys have kids, and that you're living in Utah, and I want to come visit you guys, but it's gonna take some time, especially right now.
You guys are all welcome to come. If you guys ever want to come and vacation in Park City, go skiing, go snowboarding.
I want to go snowboarding.
You guys all have a place to stay.
I got a serious question for you though, sir. You say you listen to some of our recommendations and things you've never heard of. How many times have you whipped it out and fapped to interspecies reviewers? Come on, be honest with us.
That I liked it.
Holy shit, you actually watched it.
Sorry, go ahead.
Netflix Beastars. That I was like, what? I don't know.
That was Utopia porn. Yes.
Yeah, that was some interesting stuff.
I learned quickly. Prodigy's recommendations have to be watched ready to hit stop.
You have to hit the quick pause button.
Recommended anime to me. He'll be like Bible Black, and I'm like,
oh shit!
What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Well, I think Blue just died.
Did Blue die? I think he did.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
We gotta also give a special shout out to Mr. X, who's with tonight, because he was literally in our first set of podcasts. I think he was in our first 10 that he was a guest, and we got to show love. We haven't seen you in over a year. It's like the first time in over a year that we've actually seen you. You've been a part of the cast.
Got 15 seconds.
Wait.
She's gonna hop in real quick and say hi.
Okay.
She's in between her matches from Dead by Daylight. So that's the only game she's played since 2016. So we're gonna put Lilo on here real quick. Put it in your ear.
Put it in your ear.
Oh, Lilo.
Hi.
Lilo.
So I actually
this is my baby mama
on here and show her belly. She's like, fuck no.
Mm-hmm. So you took
Where's
a. You,
King Mac? I was told she was on here.
I was trying to get her on here,
I
but
do.
she was like, "Nah." I mean, let's. All right, hold on.
after all that shit you gave me about Mishka.
Lilo, literally message her right now after you get off this, and then tell her to come back on, and then come back on. She wasn't listening.
She was on?
Well, no, she was trying to. She was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna come on." But if you tell her to come on, then she'll come on.
Well,
Yeah.
I wanted to say hi if she was here.
Lilo's like, I paused my game for this bullshit.
Real quick,
I know.
King Kong or Godzilla, who wins?
What?
King Kong or Godzilla?
I don't know what's the
Oh my
fuck
God.
difference.
Christ, what's a
That's
lizard?
awesome.
What's a
Oh.
ape? You could
I was
see
joking, but now I really
Oh,
think
fuck
we should
no.
get all our significant others together to make a show called I Married a
Godzilla.
Yeah,
Oh, there we go.
It's something like how do we deal? That would be the podcast. How do we deal?
Right.
That's all bad.
Did we get Becky?
How
Did we
do
get
we
Becky
do?
on Godzilla versus Kong?
Not yet.
Who am I rooting for?
Yeah.
Yes.
Godzilla.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
And
The real
should we
one.
notice
The
that
real one.
we're both pretty much rooting for Godzilla in this instance, and we have a giant King Kong poster in our theater, like an 8 foot tall King Kong. So
Facts don't lie. I mean, you can be fans, but I mean, it's just one's a big lizard, 3 times the size of the ape.
So what's going on, Lilo?
I think she's about to hop
Just
in her match, but
trying to get some gaming time in when I can. Isn't
Yeah.
very often.
Nah, fuck that.
So.
1.5 on a nice little mixed baby that is fussy.
I don't even laugh. The way you said that just was so.
Yeah. I think they know how that works.
Wait, hold on. Is he black and you're white? How the fuck did this happen? Holy
What is
shit.
happening?
Oh my god.
It's unnecessary. Me and
Well,
Becky,
We keep it real.
we have a little white baby.
Really quick
Hold on.
for the new
Wait,
listeners
hold
that
on.
are out there,
Hold on,
they
real
don't
quick.
really know Lilo. Can you tell them about the podcast you used to be on really quick? Plug it.
Can I tell them about it?
Yeah, we still have the content. Go ahead.
It was called Earth Girls Are Easy, and God, I don't even know. It was it was just us talking about all kinds of girly shit that a lot of people don't talk about, and just getting in our feels, and talking about hot guys and just whatever girl stuff.
As
Right
not
on.
a hot guy, I'm just saying your podcast was pretty great, and it could have kept going.
Okay. But if you're ever interested, it's actually part of our net. You can, I think, listen to the Earth Girls Are Easy on SoundCloud. Look for us with B, then BTI, BTHA, and BTI, and you'll see somewhere on there Earth Girls Are Easy. You can find some of their old podcasts that are still out there. There you
I miss them.
Yeah. She's been doing a great job of raising a biracial angel. I just want to put that out there. My skin complexion was overpowered by hers.
go.
Baby is
Mhm.
light-skinned as fuck.
Yeah. Okay.
Now it all makes sense.
Wow.
Yeah, you're so
That's why
dark.
he has to keep
You're
fucking
so
it,
dark.
Because you're insecure about it, dude.
No.
Kid, my personality traits.
His dad is very light skinned, so he has it runs in his family.
Just his dad or him specifically? I'm light skinned too.
My dad is the complexion of like Jason Kidd, so it runs deep. Runs very,
But
very
are
deep.
you as well, or?
No, he's not.
But well, all the adventures that we've gone through the past year, Blue will be going over almost like just handing on the baton to him. So it's going to be hilarious especially during like COVID times. It's ridiculous.
It's rough.
Holy shit!
And then,
No. Once you get the exact
best
opposite.
advice is get on a schedule. Get on set a schedule. Try to get on it as best as you can, and keep your fingers crossed.
The exact opposite is when my daughter is darker than I am. And so when Kamek goes to like take her to doctor visits, they're just like, what the fuck? So yeah, that's like one of those things. And she has to go take her into the doctor tomorrow.
Oh my god.
Is Blue tapped out? What's going on over there? He looks like he died.
I love how Mr. X is just like doing a rave in the background. What the fuck is going on here?
It was dicks out for Harambe, but he flipped the graphic or whatever.
He did.
It's like backwards now.
It is backwards.
There you go. Dicks out for Harambe, because he's Team Kong, so he's got dicks out for Harambe. But sure, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens when Godzilla get on that ass.
But she will testify. She saw me crying, laughing at Old Ninja's bullshit yesterday.
Oh my god!
When he was just going on and on about fucking 33% is 50%.
It was ridiculous. And he was up the first thing the night watching the video.
He uses old math. It's all good. He's like 3/5% of a Negro equals maybe a white person. So yeah.
See you, Lilo.
Later, Lilo.
Thank you.
See you, Lilo. Great seeing you.
Looks like Matt and Becky are now on vacation.
Are
No,
they?
this is our new house.
Oh, okay.
There you
Alright.
go.
Yeah, we got rich real fast.
Yeah. So we put a shit
Hey, Matt.
trailer pergola over
Can
it.
I?
You guys
coming over.
invested in GameStop, I see.
Coming over.
Hey, Mr. X just joined them. He teleported to
Neighbor.
Becky's spot.
Hi, neighbor.
Hey, neighbor.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that'll do it there.
So
Holy fucking shit. Go ahead, old ninja.
we had questions for Becky, did we not? I feel like we're missing some stuff.
Oh man.
I don't remember. Besides the Godzilla question.
Okay, I got a question for Becky. Okay.
You go, Stitch.
Yeah, go ahead, Stitch.
I was gonna say, what dish does Matt cook that you don't like as much as you say you do like?
Oh
shit!
You're trying to cause problems.
That you tell me you like more than you actually like it.
That's not a thing.
I believe her. She was just instant with it. I believe her.
Yeah.
No.
Everything's. He has ruined me. I can't even go to restaurants anymore. That's how good his food is.
She's playing chess, not chess.
Yeah.
I have my.
No,
favorite
she
phrase
is not. Hold on. I have to like. Hold on. I have to interrupt. Matt's food is very excellent. If you move to California and you open a restaurant anywhere near the Bay Area or any other large, I guess, group,
Population.
Coastal state.
yeah, you would be successful. Your food is excellent.
Thank you.
For real.
I do make a mean tater tot casserole, so.
No, that actually sounds pretty fucking
Yeah.
good, actually.
And to give
I could go
some context, like literally me, Kamek, and our adopted daughter, we flew out to go visit the Haymans.
Which was the best surprise I've ever gotten in my entire life.
That was a highlight.
That was pretty cool. And I must say so myself. I'm just saying.
I was completely in the dark about that. All of a sudden, I just hear this voice, and I'm like, "Who the fuck's in my house?"
we literally surprised him while like flying out.
Black guy, the news is always talking about.
Yeah, and it is weird to like see the person that you know by voice, and maybe by sort of like face, but not by three-dimensional face. So yeah, it was really cool to like visit them.
Meeting Casey Kasem.
He said it was like meeting Casey Kasem.
That's good shit.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was like for me. Anyway, I thought it was cool to like see all of them. I got to see an entire podcast in one visit.
Hell yeah.
And that's tonight's long distance dedication.
Yeah.
We weren't, the rest of us weren't there, but we saw the video, the little surprise video that they made.
Literally died.
Did he die? Did you just die? Oh, too many foodies.
Spilled my yak.
But yeah, I got to see the little like documentary. Basically, when Kronos went, him and K-Mac made it like a documentary of meeting the pre-recorded live cast, and it was crazy. And we got to see the food that Matt made. We got to see Matt's genuine surprise as this stranger enters his house, and he was totally in the dark because
stranger black man.
It was totally planned. It was like I think maybe a month in advance, because the rest of us saw the correspondence between basically us and Becky. Like, hey, we're trying to surprise Matt. Kronos is going to show up. He's going to be there. We need to make sure like this happens and this happens. So it was really interesting seeing. And then when we saw the video, I was like, dude, this is like great. Look at this expression on his face. Look at like Becky's just like, oh, surprise! Like we've been planning this for a while. It's just like, oh my god, it was a great time.
Immediately being Midwestern kicked in, and I was just like, oh, I'm not prepared for this. They're gonna have a great time.
That's awesome.
We had so much fun. All of us did.
Yeah, I that was the best thing. That was the highlight of that year easily. Because awesome. That year, the rest of that year pretty much sucked, but that was great. If anything, it was just like, okay, so like, there's my family out here, which is, but then there's my family out in California, which is like, yeah.
I mean, after that visit, we haven't really disclosed it, but we're planning something else for like all of y'all to come out to the West and do some crazy stuff. But unfortunately, some stuff got in the way of that. But hopefully, we're able to make that happen.
The old ninja virus kicked in, and we're all fucked right now.
Yeah, I went to Wuhan. Ate me a bat. My bad.
I've got to trade gumbo recipes up in there.
Oh my god, these two. So Prodigy and Stitch have been ducking on some gumbo, and you put Matt up in there. It's gonna be.
Yeah, Matt's gonna.
No. Here's how we do it. Is we have to come up with some kind of contest, and I help whoever wins the contest.
Like top
so
chef.
You guys are actually competing for my assistance on your
exactly.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm all for it.
Top Chef all the time. It's like the whatever challenge, and then if you win the challenge, then you get the expert chef for the main dish.
Yeah.
No. I need to have like the Top Chef fucking compete against you guys.
Can y'all see Blue, or did he fucking?
He turned it. He might have yacked, so he turned
off. If I turn my camera on, this is what I'm doing right now. I am literally like laying down on my fucking table.
But why are you watching the silhouette challenge on your phone?
Oh, why you gotta put him out there? He can watch what he wants.
I'm just saying.
All bad. All I know is people make challenges about bringing their girls out on TV, and Matt and I were the only ones that showed up. Probably didn't show up.
Wait, for what?
Blue, in terms of having their significant others roll in for the 300.
Oh, yeah. Hey, K-Max said, fuck all of y'all. So
I'm trying to live. I'm trying to live and survive. I've already been accused of not liking black women. Y'all trying to get me fucking dead.
Oh, that was pretty funny.
Like, you know
so, I gotta...
I did bring my bitch over, and she saw her licking my face.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That German Shepherd? German Shepherd?
Yes, that's what's that one's name?
That was Nelly, because Anya got put down last year.
Yeah, oh, wow. that hurt my heart so bad. Like,
I never cried more than eating. That was
I can't.
That was part of my divorce.
Ooh. Ooh.
I can't imagine. Or whatever. When I saw that, I was like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!" And I just like looked at Magneto, and I was just like, "Oh my God, no! It's happening
Because that was
soon."
one that I brought out when we went up to over by your hometown and drank all night with my dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anya's been in my house. So like we've gone out drinking with Anya. And I loved her mask. Like she had that like it was like a raccoon mask. Like,
yeah.
I loved Anya. Anya was awesome ass German Shepherd.
That was my loyal BFF.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a mess. Like you're not gonna if you don't see me post anything for like a month, you're gonna be like, "Yo, what happened with Stitch and Magneto?" Because it's gonna be bad days. Bad days.
I hear you.
So I got a question for our guest. This is a question that we asked ourselves a couple weeks ago, but what is your top 3 most anticipated either games or movies? I guess everybody else would be movies. Matt, you can answer games if you want. Let's start with Devil Tank. What are you looking for? Top 3 like movies you're looking forward to in 2021.
Is he still with us?
Yeah, he's thinking, man. Let him think. Damn.
I mean, one that pops right off my head that I've been wanting to watch is I've been wanting to watch it for a while is Black Widow movie.
Ha!
So whenever that actually comes out, the Dune was really really exciting for me, and I would say the Matrix 4 or Godzilla vs Kong. The ones I'm looking forward to right now.
Very nice. Mr. X, what you got?
Oh man, Matrix definitely. Ghostbusters maybe.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot about that.
The reboot.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's not really a reboot though. I heard there's a sequel.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a sequel. Yeah.
Okay.
If it's a sequel, yeah, but the reboot, I don't want to see another reboot because the last reboot was terrible. And kind of excited about Mortal Kombat. But...
Oh,
that's a sleeper. That's a sleeper.
I keep forgetting about Mortal Kombat.
It's gonna be so good. So we'll start with Becky from Prereq. What's your top 3 movies you got? You're anticipating, or do you even care?
I do love movies. I'm just trying to. I have a really terrible memory, so I'm trying to remember things that are actually coming out.
She has to write them down.
I do.
She has to movies I want to watch.
Yeah, it's real bad. But I will agree with Dune because I am actually reading Dune for the first time right now.
Oh,
so
very good.
Yeah, I was not kidding when I said she will no longer look at me crazy when I yell the spice must flow while cooking. I will do that.
That's awesome.
Yep. That's about all I got. I mean, Ghostbusters, like other things people have already said.
I mean,
Ghostbusters looks cool.
She's still hoping for a Gremlins remake.
Hey, we are too.
Yes.
There's a possibility that Gremlins might turn into a TV series, so we'll see.
I think it's animated.
That too.
They should pull a Cobra Kai with it and bring Zach Galligan back.
Oh, I'd be down. I'm down.
And
like,
Phoebe
put that on
Cates
Netflix.
And do a Gremlins show.
I don't know, but
I'll be with it.
If it's live action, I'm gonna need puppets. I don't want CG.
Agreed. I'm with you.
I want to ask, did you guys read Ready Player 2? And if you did, what are your guys' thoughts on it? Because I know that seems like something you might have.
I haven't read even Ready Player 1 yet.
Oh, okay.
Not yet.
Mr. X, did you read it? What did you think?
I did read it, or I listened to it. I listened to Will Wheaton whisper in my ear.
That's a curse.
It was good. I don't think it would make a good movie.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
I agree.
Especially since all the copyrights are probably not gonna be able to get to make a decent movie out of it, and like what they did to the first movie was terrible. So yeah, I mean, I was excited. It wasn't as good as the first book, obviously, but it was good. It was entertaining. I just don't think that they should make a movie out of it. I mean, I don't know. I think Ready Player One was a good movie if you didn't read the book.
Oh, okay.
But since if you read the book and then try to watched the movie based off the book, I think he would be disappointed. At least I was.
Isn't that always the case?
But yeah, I guess. But I just think because of all the nostalgia and everything that people are hoping for out of the movie, like you can't get all those copyrights. It'd just be too expensive.
But the issue is always that movies are trying to be books. Like the best thing about adaptation is that it's a different medium. Let it be a different medium. Like making a movie and changing whatever the story was in the book doesn't change what the book was. So who cares? So which is why I don't understand people who fight for things to be like super beholden to a book anyway.
Yeah,
yes. I feel the same way with comic book movies. I'm just like I understand the source material, and I love the source material, and I understand if like that is your foundation of whatever it is that you're putting in the movie. I have no problems if you want to edit and change stuff to make it more appealing onto a big screen.
Right, because just what works in a book doesn't necessarily work in a movie.
To me, the best adaptation, this is what I want to see fucking more of, is the whole video game to TV series thing. And I realize that The Witcher was like a book as well, but let's be very honest, the games are what made it a international IP that was a blockbuster. And I'll even say for the Castlevania stuff, which is animated, going from video game and then expanding the lore into a TV series, whether animated or live action, that's the jam. That's the secret sauce. I want to see much fucking more of that shit.
Devil Tank, did you read Ready Player 2?
I bought it the moment you guys mentioned it. Like as you guys were talking about it and like even bringing it up, I got on my Amazon. I bought the hard copy for my son. He read the first one. Kind of gave me the overview of the differences as we're sitting there watching the movie between the book and the movie. But like I enjoyed the movie, but I agree that I guess if you read the book and watched the movie, you're going to be a little bit disappointed, going to be a little bit let down. But yeah, my son has already read it.
All right.
Did he like it compared to the movie? Like, what was your son's impressions on the movie book adaptation?
He liked the book a lot more just because it got more into detail on certain things, or like if they changed something on the movie, he would just kind of like shoot it down on the differences between the movie and the book. He liked the book a whole lot more, but he tends to like books anyways. I mean, we buy them. I mean, I don't know how many freaking books he has, how many different series. We just constantly buy him books. That's just one of the things he likes to do is just get this kind of fly away in books. So the moment I found out that Ready Player 2 was out, I bought it immediately and gave it to him.
Right on. I have to agree with Matt though, with the book and the film being two different mediums, especially when, in the case of Ready Player One, the author of the book co-wrote the screenplay of the film, and the things that he wanted to change went through him, and he made that a reality for the film. So a lot of people that were complaining, I'm like, the guy that wrote the book, they ran changes through him, or he ran changes through them, and vice versa. So
it's
that
not
was
being like the screenwriter for the movie. I mean, he wants things to be a certain way, but like, I'm pretty sure the things that the studio was like, okay, this shit can't fucking happen because there are copyright issues with that.
Possibly.
Well, like I said, don't get me wrong, it was a good movie. I enjoyed the movie, but like I said, if you read the book and then you tried to watch the movie expecting it to represent what was in the book, then I think you'd be disappointed.
Yeah, right. I get that.
No.
I think Kubrick's The Shining is like the perfect example of like what an adaptation should be, which is like it doesn't have to be the book at all. Like it can be just like the bare minimum to say it's connected, and like who gives a shit if Stephen King didn't like it? It's Kubrick's movie. It's not Stephen King's book. Stephen King's book remains unchanged. You know, so like the argument that like whenever people start to be like, well, the book had this in it, and then the movie had this, and it's like, well, but it's not. The book is still fine. Like the book is like nothing happened to the book. The movie is its own thing. Let it be its own thing. But I think that also requires more courage on the people who like write the adaptations and make the adaptations to
real quick example
like do their cover of something, you know.
Real quick example of something that nobody in the nerd world fucking complained about at all was the Lord of the Ring trilogy. Obviously, everybody read.
Yeah.
Really, I think as a whole, people love these movies. I think the trilogy is beloved.
Sure, but
I think no one read the book until they saw. I mean, you got your diehards that read the book, but I think a lot of people read the book after they saw the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I was bartending once, and this guy came in, and he was like, "What do you we were just talking. He's like, "What are you doing this weekend?" I'm like, "Oh, me and my friends are going to watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy." He goes, "You watch that crap?" And I thought this is like this big construction worker dude, and I thought he was about to say like, "Those are sissy movies" or something like that, but he literally was like, "I do not agree with them taking Tom Bombadil out of the books. I do not agree. Like, I do not agree with like what they did to like I can't remember the elf's name who Arwen replaced, but it's just like he was like vehemently opposed to the movies because of the things they took out, because those were his preciouses, I guess. And but like me, like I've read the Silmarillion, like I've gone deep into that stuff, and like I was fine with it, but I think it's more because I wasn't expecting the books. Like if you're gonna, it would be a season,
Exactly.
50,000 episode television series if you were to cover.
Which they are making.
They're doing a prequel, like a
second age. Yeah.
But I'm
all Numenor, I guess.
I'm saying in general, maybe there's some outliers, but in general, it seems like most people love that fucking trilogy. And I'm someone who did read the books as a kid. I actually think the movies are on par, if not better. But that's just my take.
Well, this goes back to what the original question about what we're looking forward to. If I can say TV shows,
yeah.
Oh, sure. I'm definitely looking forward to the Lord of the Rings series and the Wheel of Time.
Oh, I forgot about the Wheel of Time.
And the Wheel of Time is such a great epic book series, but it's like, I'm not expecting them to do 14 books worth of like material ever. Right. Like, and they've already, and one of the things I think I respect about that is they've come right out right from the beginning and be like, some stuff's going to change, and like, Tom Maryland doesn't have a harp anymore; he has a guitar, and it's like, of course, yeah, fine. An actor playing a harp in a television series and singing along to it would be weird.
Oh yeah,
something we kind of are used to seeing that with, so I get it.
So,
real quick,
just those two. You got a third one that you're looking forward to there, Matt?
I guess we'd have to talk about the movies then, and I'm kind of looking forward to see what they do with this Uncharted movie, if that's still coming out.
Whoa, really?
Yeah,
I mean, sure.
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
Well,
wait,
I mean,
hold on.
I think Uncharted would be a better movie than
Marky Mark as Sully got you excited.
I mean,
wait, what?
Is that real?
Yeah,
Marky Mark is Sully.
Originally, Mark Wahlberg, he was casted to be Nathan Drake. Time went on, he stayed on as producer, and then he switched out roles to be Sully, and they got Tom Holland to be Nathan.
Are you trying to say Mark Wahlberg is a bad actor? Like, what are you trying to say?
What? No.
No, I'm not asking you. I'm asking Prodigy, because awesome.
I'm saying Mark Wahlberg is good being Mark Wahlberg. I don't believe him as a reliable Sully. This seems suspect as fuck to me.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm not even hating on your boy Tom. I'm hating on Sully.
Things like I mean, God, like there are so many other better choices for Sully.
Exactly.
The dude from Avatar who got into the mech with the gray hair.
Oh yeah.
So wait, are you referring to the little fan-made film, like 2015, I think, or no, maybe 2017, where Nathan Fillion plays Nathan Drake, and then they had I forget his last Avatar. He played Sully. And it was just like, oh shit! It's like 15 minutes you can watch on YouTube, or just type in Nathan Drake plays Nathan Fillion. It's actually pretty interesting.
No, there's not even a trailer out, so I'm not hardcore like saying this is going to be the worst thing ever. But I don't like Marky Mark and Sully. But I'm sorry, I jumped over Matt. Go ahead.
No, I agree with you. I think that's a bad choice.
Yeah, that's good to know.
That's a terrible choice.
Stephen Lang is his name, by the way, from Avatar.
Stephen
and
Lang.
the little...
But he would be too old for the Tom Holland aged Nathan Drake. But like, I mean, geez, there's definitely other people that you could use.
Yeah, I think Clancy Brown would have been a pretty good Sully.
Clancy Brown would have been a good one. God, names are escaping me right now. It is a flash of faces, and it's like shape shifting.
It's all good.
You know what? Jake Busey.
Really?
I think Jake Busey would be an excellent Sully because Jake Busey always brings it, man.
He does.
Like, even if the movie's bad, Jake Busey's bringing it. Like, that's the one quality he got from his dad that is a benefit for him. It's the fact that like he always gives it 100%.
If money ain't a thing, then bring fucking Tom Hanks up in that motherfucker.
I don't think Tom Hanks is the right fit for that. Even Jake, I mean, I've seen Jake Busey because he's in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He's in like the last 2 seasons or whatnot. I actually think he might be too young for the role, actually. To be honest with you.
It's weird because Tom Holland is like perpetually looking like he's 12. Or
right, and I'm just thinking we're a long way from Starship Troopers. For some reason, like his character in Starship Troopers made me be like, I could see that guy becoming Sully, like that character, like aged out and carried down. I mean, I guess that character would end up being a fascist according to the Starship Troopers logic.
Yeah, actually, I got one for you. You know who'd be a great Sully is Bill Murray. Bill Murray as Sully would have. I think that would have.
If you were doing,
I would love that, but he's
still 16.
And I don't like
you know
thinking
what?
about that.
If you want to go big name, Matthew McConaughey. Or not Matthew McConaughey. The dude from Zombieland. Fuck.
Woody Harrelson.
Oh, Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you on that. Woody Harrelson, just make his hair white and
right.
Maybe little poundage, and he'd be an interesting Sully. I think that would work. I can see that.
He's the guy who would bring something. James Woods.
There you go.
Ooh.
He'd be wild with it.
Yeah, he's right. He's right around that age. He'd have that cockiness. Yeah, I think that would work as well.
The man, crap. The guy played the Man in Black in Westworld.
Ed O'Neill? No, not Ed O'Neill. No, it's not.
Ed Harris. Ed Harris.
Yeah.
Michael Biehn. Somebody dragged Michael Bihn's ass out of retirement.
Hey, Michael Bihn's in. If you've seen The Mandalorian, you already know he's.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet.
You know what? Shut your mouth up.
I mean, I'll say this: even bringing Nathan Fillion as Sully, I wouldn't be terribly mad at.
No.
Okay.
That could work.
That's actually not too bad, actually.
You know, we all wanted him 12 years ago, but
yeah,
you know,
to be Nathan.
He fucking aged out, you know, in a lot of ways, but he's been doing some other fun stuff.
Nolan North.
So how often does Nolan North do like live action? Because most of the time he does voiceover, doesn't he?
He does. From what I understand, he mostly does voiceover now because he's like his kids and stuff, and he's trying to be like really in their lives. That's what he says on. That's what he says on his internet show.
Okay, but
on what's that? Instant or retro replay? Yeah, retro replay.
Oh, okay.
What about Bryan Cranston?
Oh, that could be interesting. That could be interesting.
I'm trying to think. He was in something not that long. He's in that that show. I haven't watched it yet. Where he's like this judge or a lawyer, where his son does some dirt. It's something on Netflix where I've heard a lot of people talk about it. It's really, really good, and it like takes place in like New Orleans, but I have not got a chance to watch it.
I know what you're talking about.
I'm sure you're talking about. It's like the mom is like Celebrity 2.
the son like kills somebody, and like he's a judge, and he's like trying to pull these strings to try to like help his son.
Judah Roberts is in it too, right?
I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know who's in it, but I've heard lots of people talking about it. I just haven't got a chance to like physically watch it yet, but I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Yeah, I can see maybe.
Yeah, he's looking
What
it
about
up.
like
Yeah.
Ian McCain?
Wait, who is that?
It's called Your Honor.
Yeah, For Honor. That's what it is, For Honor.
I don't know about Ian McShane. I don't know if that's a good fit for him.
I mean, Al Swearingen in Deadwood kind of is Sully.
Yeah, pretty much. I do love that.
So are you guys on it? Are you guys on this bullshit that you think Deadpool's actually not going to be rated R? Like, probably.
Oh, here we go.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Wait,
I think it'll be rated R because they have nothing to lose by making it rated R. Because they already proved they can make a PG-13 cut of a rated R movie and make money off that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, like, basically, rated R movies are just going to become hardcore porn, and PG-13 is softcore porn. And so, basically, we're just going to keep making rated. We can start making rated R movies now. We just got to cut out all the penetration shots for the kiddies. And these penetration shots are just F words and boobs and stuff.
Well, Deadpool penetration was bullets going through the skin.
Yeah, but still, you can cut that stuff out and, like, I don't know. I think it's dumb. I think the whole movie rating system is dumb.
I agree.
I think no one should be policing what you want to watch. I grew up on rated R movies. My parents didn't care.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I'm fine.
So you guys both snuck into Showgirls?
I saw Showgirls for the first time last year.
Yeah, I didn't see it until last year.
We had when quarantine hit, I was like, well, we could finally watch movies that I would never, ever let us watch because they're just not worth our time. And then we put on Showgirls, and I changed my mind about it.
Wow.
Okay.
It's kind of a brilliant movie.
So you actually watched it without fast forwarding it then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I sat through maybe up until the sexual assault scene, and then I was like, I don't know if I can watch any more of this.
I watched the director's cut. I will say that. Because I do like Paul Verhoeven a lot, and so I watched it. And his movies are always real clever and have a dark sense of humor. So once I like really watched it, and I turned on the subtitles too, so I could kind of make sure I was getting all the dialogue.
And there's some funny shit in between the boobs.
Well, there's some funny, but like when you watch it in the right lens, you realize that things like that people always make fun of, like the pool sex scene. Like when you realize it's an exaggeration for the purpose of making that statement about like she's basically being a whore at that point. She's basically selling her body. But B, also as an audience, we're being voyeuristic, and everything in movies is always kind of turned up to that hyper reality. So it's like it's meant to be a sex scene that is not really that sexy. It's meant to be a scene
I watched one episode of the new Saved by the Bell reboot or whatever reclass thing that they made, and I just couldn't watch it the same way when they showed in there as
going back to Deadpool,
Berkeley as Jesse.
I love her in some ways. I mean, she was pretty bad back in the day. But going back to Deadpool, first of all, I'm looking forward to Deadpool 3. Don't get it fucking twisted. But I feel like there's going to be one way or another some level of shenanigans for the theatrical release under the traditional banner of, you know how you see that crawler with MCU, with Iron Man and Captain America and all that? Something is going to change for it to be a rated R in the theater is my take right now. I really do think so.
I would agree on that, but I think Ryan Reynolds has already put his foot like in the sand, like even before this, in terms of like if it's something that like I'm not down for, like I'm not gonna do it. And I think that he knows that this is his fucking supreme cash cow, and like people love him for it. Even when we go back like years ago when it leaked about the Deadpool trailer or whatever that came out, and people loved it. Like they're not going to want to see Deadpool nerfed, and I think that would potentially ruin his career
But there's
or whatever. If he just like completely sold out that character. I mean, I love Ryan Reynolds. He's funny in certain aspects, but he knows that this is the role that he just happened to be born into.
Yep.
And I think that he would know that if he fucked this up, the nerd community would not ever let him live it down.
But there's so many loopholes. I just want to say this really quickly. There's so many loopholes that I think that the nerd community would look the other way if, for whatever reason, they did a sub fucking streaming thing or direct to DVD or direct streaming release of the true version later on, or director's cut that would be an R. I feel like there's a way to go around it, or release it with both the PG-13 version and a R version, like technically they did for Deadpool 2.
And that's what they'll do. And that's what they'll do because they literally lose nothing by cutting out 2 minutes of a movie in terms of actual content.
Yay!
Hey guys!
Wait, I need confetti. Hey!
Oh.
So those of you who are listening to this via audio, the infamous K-Mac has just joined our 300.
Chronos alive.
Barely. Barely. So I'm here to shut this shit down. I'm gonna turn everything off. I need to turn everything off. He is not feeling well. So I'm gonna take care of him, and this is gonna end. And this is how it's going to end. Happy 300th.
Happy 300 medical emergency. Thank you for that, K-Mac. And
I don't know how to shut everything down though, so that's gonna be fun.
Turn it off. There you go.
Control
Just like,
yeah, there you go.
Pull the plug.
Yeah.
Pull the plug. For
Blue, do you have any technical advice for her? Blue, real quick.
He's dead.
Oh my god, his video's off. That's why he didn't answer his phone.
I think he's dead too.
Yeah, how do you shut everything down?
Off because we'll lose the live stream.
What is that?
What?
Turn the Wi-Fi off?
We will lose the live stream.
Say that again. What did he say?
He said
don't turn anything off or you're gonna
We'll lose the live stream.
Oh, and you so click end stream.
No.
Well, guide me here, please.
Yes, you can click if we're shutting it down.
Yeah,
click the
sorry.
end screen. Happy 300, everybody. We're gonna get off so you can figure this out. K-Man,
thank you guys.
Bye guys. Sorry to be the party pooper here.
Thank you to Devil Tank.
Much love.
Please, some technical person stay on the phone so I can shut it all down. This will be fun in the recording for tomorrow when you listen to it.
Blue and Old Ninja. Blue and Old Ninja too.
Yeah, I'll stay on.
Thanks. Sorry, guys.
Blue's kind of slightly incapacitated.
Well, somebody's got to tell me what I need to do.
Blue's more familiar. So wait, you're trying to say if she hits end live stream that we'll lose the live stream? Are you sure about that?
Wait, did we already end the live stream?
No,
well,
I haven't touched anything. We are still live.
See it, Devil Tank. Yeah, we're still live. We need to not be live.
Well worth it.
Blue.
Shit, I don't know what to do.
What if I click end stream? Is it going to save everything that you guys did? It'll just end the stream, right?
It will just stop streaming.
Okay.
Everything's being recorded through either Audacity or OBS.
Okay.
I believe. Oh, we're on Audacity, so.
So I'm gonna end the stream.
End stream. Bye, everybody.
All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Bye, guys.
Yeah,
but we're